beloved younger brother also. हम लोग का बहुत relationship, family relationship है.
Right,
and
right.
Dr. Bhagwan Singh, the Dean of the Central University. Bhagwan, Dr. Neha is our old alumni, but elevated to the board of member of the board of director of a public limited company. Mumbai, so staying at the Nariman Point office, and we are proud for her. Bhagwan is the dean, and just like, and he is my academic son. And today, all the three speakers you can find they are my academic sons and daughters, and सभी मेरे बच्चे जैसे हैं. दुर्गेश तो मेरा बहुत beloved younger brother है. We are having a very, though we are on meeting on the professional platform, but we are having very personal and family relations.
Right.
All the speakers and all these things.
Thank you, sir.
हमारा सौभाग्य है सर कि आपके साथ में काम कर रहे हैं. आपका सपोर्ट है
सर. और आपके एलुमनी की तरह हमारे भी कुछ रिसर्च स्कॉलर ज्वाइन किए हुए हैं सर.
वेलकम each of them, very welcome, happy welcome.
एक कमलेश कुमार करके हैं.
नहीं ठीक है. तुम जब फादर बन जाओगे तो हम तो ग्रैंड फादर बन जाएंगे. इसमें क्या दिक्कत है?
हमारे एमबीए के बच्चे भी ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं सर. वो कह रहे हैं कि उसमें दे रहे हैं कि जल्दी से जल्दी हम लोग ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं. शायद होस्ट अलाउ नहीं कर रहा है, ऐसा कुछ है.
नहीं होस्ट को बोलो अलाउ करेगा.
नहीं अलाउड है सर. जो भी बच्चे ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं वो अलाउड है. यस सर.
हाँ.
रोहित सर उसको ऑटोमेटिकली अलाउड कर दो ना. रोहित सर उसमें किसी को वेटिंग रूम में जाना नहीं पड़ेगा.
जोरी साहब लखनऊ से ज्वाइन किए हैं ना.
जी सर.
जोरी साहब, very good morning to all of you, and let us introduce to the student speaker Durgesh.
Yes sir.
तो नाम तो जानते होंगे. तू तो CSI का ट्रेजरर.
अरे सर विनय सर को
you have spoken in the occasion of event. You have spoke also na.
Right. विनय सर ने बात करी.
Very dynamic. Okay. Now अभी तो सेक्रेटरी ऑफ द CSI लखनऊ चैप्टर.
थैंक यू सर. थैंक यू.
Right.
भगवान सिंह, डॉक्टर भगवान is the dean and professor head of the department of management school of management.
शायद भगवान साहब से पहली बार मुलाकात हो रही है.
SSC कोऑर्डिनेटर झारखंड also sir.
Okay.
State student coordinator of Jharkhand of the Computer Society of India.
सर चीफ गेस्ट ज्वाइन करना चाह रहे हैं.
हाँ,
चीफ गेस्ट ज्वाइन करना चाह रहे हैं.
हाँ, प्लीज मोस्ट वेलकम.
हाँ, प्रणाम सर. सर ज्वाइन कर जाइए सर. सब लोग वेट कर रहे हैं सर. ठीक सर.
चिदम्बरम साहब from Coimbatore. डॉक्टर चिदम्बरम.
रोहित जी देखिए सर ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं.
ओके सर.
डॉक्टर चिदम्बरम.
Very good morning, sir.
Hey, very good morning. So nice of you. I'm very happy to see you, and my beloved younger brother is very happy to see you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Good morning.
You should also make your video on so that others should see you, because Samikya, good morning.
समीक्षा ने ज्वाइन कर लिया.
गुड मॉर्निंग.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Good morning, Dr. Samiksha. Good morning.
Good morning.
Samikya, very good. Welcome to Patna in virtual mode.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. As today, Senthil Kumar has not joined.
No sir, not yet joined sir.
लेकिन चिदम्बरम साहब has joined.
Yes sir, चिदम्बरम sir joined.
सर ज्वाइन कर लिए?
नहीं
सर,
सर,
कर रहे हैं।
अभी तक तो नहीं किए हैं सर।
बोल दिया है सर, आ रहे हैं, वो बात हो गई है, बस वो ज्वाइन ही कर रहे हैं। सर बस
नेहा?
5 मिनट दीजिए, 5 मिनट में
नेहा?
हम करेंगे।
नेहा फिर आप हो लगता।
हाँ सर।
हाँ, तुम जो प्रोफेसर गणेश पांडे के साथ तरह परिचय हो गया था ना पिछला मीटिंग में? Who is the convener of this seminar and today the deputy director of IABM?
Yes.
Ganesh. And today you see another person, research person with us, Dr. Binay Singh. He is the director of the Institute of Business Management of the ICT program. Dr. Binay, नेहा हमारा alumni है 96-98 बैच का. So the third batch of the ICT program we got accredited in 94. Durgesh,
Yes, sir.
इंडिया का पहला बैच, फर्स्ट बैच में IIPM got accredited by AICT. AICT just started accreditation of the management institute in 1994.
Okay.
And we are fortunate to get the accreditation from the first batch 1994 से.
Okay, right.
AICT accreditation first batch. And Neha is the third batch student. And not only one of the alumni has retired just two years back as the chairman cum managing director of the Navratna company, Gas Authority of India Limited, Dr. U.D. Chobe. So the peoples and the alumni, they are elevated like these things. Neha is the public limited company board of director members and this. And today, the chief general manager of the that ICT also, like this very big person. And we are having a alumni list now. You will be happy to note that there are 6,000 students of these institutions are serving in abroad, including management, computer science, and hotel management. And maximum in hotel management. Kundu साहब आ गए?
हाँ, कुंडू साहब आ गए. कुंडू साहब,
दादा नमस्कार.
Namaskar.
Most welcome to Patna.
Sorry for the delay.
No, not delay. We are waiting for our honorable chief guest, and today our honorable chief guest is Dr. Baldeo Bhai Sharma ji, who is a very renowned and world-renowned journalist as well as presently the honorable Vice Chancellor of the Kushabhau Thakre University of Journalism and Mass Communication at Raipur, Chhattisgarh. And prior to that, she had been the professor, head and dean of the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication at Central University, Himachal Pradesh also. And a renowned editor and chief editor of like Amar Ujjala and Dainik Bhaskar. And you can tell, see, he's just like
I can see Durgesh Mishra for a long time.
yes, कुंडू साहब.
ये भगवान
सर
क्या सर को देखो क्या हो रहा है?
सर अभी वो बोले हैं, बस मैं ज्वाइन कर रहा हूँ 5 मिनट में. अभी जस्ट 2 मिनट पहले जब आप पढ़ रहे थे तो बोले थे.
Now sir is joining, sir.
सर इज ज्वाइनिंग. हाँ,
Yes sir, he is now joining.
ज्वाइन कर गए सर.
Yeah.
प्रणाम सर.
Good morning Baldeo sir.
अनम्यूट कीजिए उनको रोहित.
Yes sir. उनको आपने
प्रणाम सर. नायक सर ज्वाइन कर गए हो?
सर ज्वाइन करिए. दुर्गे रोहित सर का विजुअल नहीं है अभी तक.
सर विजुअल है सर.
विजुअल है. बलदेव सर, गुड मॉर्निंग बलदेव सर.
सर नमस्कार सर. प्रोफेसर नायक के नायक सर, हमारा सौभाग्य आज आप हमारा साथ है. बहुत सौभाग्य हमारा है. ये तो
सर आई थिंक सर की
आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है. बलदेव सर आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है. अनम्यूट करना पड़ेगा शायद आपको.
नहीं अनम्यूटेड है सर वो. बट आवाज शायद उनके हेडफोन से नहीं आ रही है सर.
सर हम लोग शुरू करें.
सर आपकी आवाज सर की चीफ गेस्ट सर की आवाज नहीं आ रही शायद।
चीफ गेस्ट सर की आवाज नहीं आ रही है नायक सर।
अच्छा देखिए क्या प्रॉब्लम।
यस सर।
सर अभी आवाज नहीं आ रही सर आपकी। हम लोग ने आपको, आप सुन पा रहे हैं तो सुने सर, आपकी आवाज नहीं सुनाई दे रही आपके तरफ से।
जरूरत तो पड़ेगी ना सर, रोहित जी अभी जरूरत पड़ेगी ना सर को स्पीच देते समय।
यस सर, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
तो उसको पहले ठीक कर लो ना आवाज को।
सर उसको
सर को एक बार रिकनेक्ट करना होगा या फिर आई गेस कि उनका हेडफोन से प्रॉब्लम है कुछ।
सर हेडफोन हटा के यदि करेंगे तो शायद हो जाएगा सर।
हेडफोन हटा के बोलिए सर एक बार।
यस,
हेडफोन वहां से निकाल के, कॉर्ड निकाल के।
कंप्यूटर से आवाज
नहीं सर, नहीं आ रही
सर, नहीं आ रही है
सर का आवाज आया था एक मिनट के लिए।
नहीं आया सर।
सर आप हेडफोन की वो नॉब निकाल लीजिए वहां से कंप्यूटर में से।
हेडफोन वाला तार निकालिए सर। निकाल दिया है। वॉल्यूम सर शुरू करते, हो सकता है टेक्निकल इशू हो कोई, शायद आ जाए।
बट एक बार रीजॉइन अगर करेंगे सर तो हम लोग कुछ शायद ये ठीक हो सकता है।
सर को थोड़ा मदद कीजिए, रीजॉइन कराइए।
हाँ, एक्स से सर लीव हो चुके हैं, वो लीव करके सर
ये सुनो।
यस सर।
सर को हम लोग का आवाज सुनाई दे रहा है ना?
हाँ।
चालू कराइए सर फिर।
अरे पारस जी गुड मॉर्निंग।
बलदेव सर।
पारस जी गुड मॉर्निंग। अरे पारस कोठारी साहब है रोहित।
यस सर, सर। बलदेव सर आवाज आ रही है क्या?
बलदेव सर का वो
पारस जी गुड मॉर्निंग।
यस यस, मेरे ख्याल से आवाज आएगी। सर आपको आवाज आ रही है? अच्छा सर को आवाज आ रही है लेकिन हमको सर की आवाज नहीं आ रही।
यस
सर। गुड मॉर्निंग मिस्टर सर।
गुड मॉर्निंग बलदेव सर।
नायक सर गुड मॉर्निंग। वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग।
गुड मॉर्निंग सर। गुड मॉर्निंग
प्रोफेसर रोहित गुड मॉर्निंग।
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
पारस जी गुड मॉर्निंग।
गुड मॉर्निंग नायक सर। गुड मॉर्निंग, वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग।
नायक
थैंक यू
सर,
सर, थैंक यू।
नायक सर, चीफ गेस्ट सर की आवाज नहीं आ रही है सर।
क्या कैद है?
सर को मोबाइल से ज्वाइन करने के लिए बोल दीजिए, मोबाइल से कर लेंगे।
ये भगवान भगवान भगवान
भगवान सर आप अनम्यूट कीजिए सर।
रोहित।
यस सर, यस सर।
सर दो जगह से ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, अपने मोबाइल से भी ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं।
हाँ, मोबाइल से ज्वाइन करवा लीजिए सर को एक बार।
ओके, मोबाइल से तो आवाज
अलाउ करो उनको।
यस यस श्योर।
दादा नमस्कार। अच्छा हम बोल देता हूँ अनम्यूट। रोहित।
यस सर।
कुंडू दादा को अनम्यूट कर दो।
ओके।
हो गया सर का?
बलदेव सर एक जगह से और ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं सर।
अभी ठीक है। नाउ इट इज ओके। हेलो।
हाँ दादा नमस्कार।
Am I audible to others?
Yes.
Durgesh Mishra, can you listen?
yes sir।
क्या बलदेव सर आवाज आ रही है सर?
हाँ ठीक है। Anyway, good morning to all of you. After a long time, I am able to speak to you and see you personally. Though I have been able to see Professor Nayak almost every week. He is a visible man. Durgesh Mishra was relatively invisible. And I find a lot of other people there. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Now, who is starting the speech today?
Baldeo sir.
Was it Nayak will start or anybody else?
Yes, दादा।
मेरी आवाज आ रही है अब?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, sir.
Yes,
एकदम
yes. Now it is
perfectly
clear.
right, sir. Namaskar.
Very good.
Namaskar, sir.
ठीक ठीक।
Okay. So next, sir, shall we start this session, sir?
Yes, yes, you start.
Okay. Okay, sure. Thank you so much, sir. So once again, very warm good morning to respected guests, students, and all dear participants in this today's one-day national webinar on future trends of research methodology. I, Professor Rohit, welcome you all in this grand webinar. So just to start this session, I would like to call the Professor Dr. A.K. Nayak, sir, for the opening and the welcome address. But before we proceed, let me introduce a few words about the Professor Nayak. Professor A.K. Nayak is presently the advisor of IIBM Group of Institutions, is the former President of Computer Society of India and former Director of Indian Institute of Business Management, Patna, a 42 years old B Premier B school. He is having more than 36 years of experience in teaching, training, research, and administration in the field of computer science, information technology, and management. The former president of ICT sections of Indian Science Congress Association and former chairman of Indian Society for Technical Education, Bihar Jharkhand section. Professor Nayak is the fellow of Computer Society of India, International Society for Research and Development, UK, United Writers Association, National Association of Computer Educators and Trainers and Management Studies, and Promotion Institute, New Delhi. Professor Nayak is associated with the academic programs of more than 40 universities, including a member of Board of Studies, Governing Council, and school boards of several universities, organized and participated more than thousands of conferences, seminar, workshop, training programs, and faculty development programs of national and international level in either physical level or in virtual mode. He has participated as a chief guest of honor, preside over, and keynote speaker in more than hundreds of universities and institutes of national and international repute. He has represented as an expert member in several bodies of Government of India, state government. He has also authored 162 papers, 12 books, and edited 9 proceedings of national and international conferences. Professor Nayak has also received many national and international awards, and his biography is already published in 7 international directories. So with all these words, I'd like to welcome Professor Dr. A.K. Nayak, sir, for welcome and presidential address.
Thank you very much, Rohit, for giving your brief and nice introduction. Very warm welcome to everybody to the 42nd webinar organized by the Indian Institute of Business Management in technical collaboration with Computer Society of India, Patna chapter on the very auspicious and very timely theme, that is future trends in research methodology. And we are very happy enough that we have the honorable chief guest today, the most reputed, dynamic, and vibrant personality in the field of media, journalism, and mass communication, Honorable Baldeo Bhai Sharma ji, who is the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Kushabhau Thakre University of Journalism and Mass Communication at Raipur, Chhattisgarh. Sir, on behalf of the Management Committee of this Indian Institute of Business Management, on behalf of the Computer Society of India, on behalf of all the student community, I extend my hearty welcome for your gracious presence on this auspicious occasion and for contribution of your valuable time to inaugurate this function and deliver your inaugural address. We express our billions of thanks and billions of gratitude for your gracious presence and for honoring us today by your consent to be the chief guest and deliver the inaugural address. In the same time, we are also very much indebted today that the galaxy of speakers and my beloved younger brother, Dr. Durgesh Kumar Mishra, who is the director of the Sri Aurobindo Institute of Technology, a very big group of institutions at Indore of Madhya Pradesh, and having an institution of excellence. And today is participating as the guest of honor and who is really an authority in the research and development and propagating the new methodologies for in the current trends of research and integrating the digital tools and techniques and how by changing the dimension of the research. We are having the galaxy of speakers today, and we are having the keynote speaker, Dr. Bhagwan Singh, to whom I always consider as my academic son and a very vibrant and dynamic personality. And today at present, the head of the Department of Management Studies, as well as the Dean of the School of Management Studies of the Central University of Jharkhand. And along with him, my another academic son, I to whom treat Dr. Sunil Pandey, and the director of the UG and the IT programs of the Institute of Science and Institute of Technology and Science, ITS Ghaziabad, and participating as one of the prominent invited speaker, and my academic doctor, Dr. Samikha Shukla, who had been the head department of data sciences of the Christ Deemed to be University, Pune, as participating as another invited speaker, and to make colorful of this great event and deliver their very thoughtful speeches, and having their nice presentation on this great and latest topic. I'm also equally indebted and very much thankful and heartily welcoming our dignitaries who have been present here. One of my beloved younger brother from the Kanchipuram, Dr. B. Chidambara Rajan, who had worked with me in the capacity of the executive member in the Computer Society of India when I had been serving as the capacity of the president for 2 years, and a very noted academician and a research scientist, and having the leading a very large educational institution and having the autonomous status at Kanchipuram, and we welcome him to this auspicious occasion. In the same time, I must have to welcome our one of the most senior, vibrant, and fellow of the Computer Society of India, and who has initiated in founding the Computer Society of India Patna chapter, and to whom I can tell he has brought to Mundas Computer Society of India, and by the virtue of his help, one day I became the national president of the society. He is not other than Dr. Sumimal Kundu, who is present here as one of the Bhishma Pitamaha of the Computer Society of India. We are having Dr. Vinay Kumar Johri from the CSI Lucknow chapter, the Honorable Secretary of the CSI Lucknow chapter, who had been very vibrant in organizing so many webinars and seminars and conferences during the pandemic period. And I have already actively participated in almost all the events they have conducted. I also welcome the President, Chairman of the CSI Udaipur chapter, Dr. Paras Kuthariji, who is participating today on this occasion. I welcome other dignitaries, many dignitaries who have participated, and one of my most beloved alumni of this institution, who has been elevated as the member of the board of directors to a public limited company, Neha Sinha, who is here, who had been a student of 96 and 98 batch of this institute. In the same time, I also welcome all the organizers who are participating on this auspicious occasion. But prior to that, I must have to welcome the convener of this event, the Deputy Director of the Indian Institute of Business Management Society, Professor Ganesh Pandey, and the Director of the Institute of Business Management, Dr. Vinay Kumar Singh, to this great event, along with the coordinator and host of the event, Professor Rohit Kumar, and all the staff, faculty members, and honorable dignitaries and professors who have been participating from different parts of the country in this great event. And at last, I am also welcoming to my beloved and nearest and dearest student, without whose participant the function may not be having so much colorful. I must have to specially indebted to Honorable Chief Guest of this occasion, who is not only a man of authority in the field of media, journalism and mass communication. हम तो बोलना चाहूंगा, मीडिया का दुनिया में, मास कम्युनिकेशन एवं जर्नलिज्म का दुनिया में एक चमकता हुआ तारका है, और उदीयमान सूरज है। उदीयमान सूरज क्या हो तो सूरज है। एंड इनका बारे में जितना भी वक्तव्य दूंगा वो बहुत कम पड़ जाएगा। मैंने इनका बायोग्राफी भी देखा, जिनका बायोग्राफी की थोड़ी देर में हमारा होस्ट रोहित कुमार ने पढ़ेंगे, आप भी सुनिएगा। आज का दिन में कुशाभाऊ ठाकरे इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ जर्नलिज्म एंड मास कम्युनिकेशन, जो कि छत्तीसगढ़ गवर्नमेंट का इनिशिएशन में बनाया गया, आई थिंक मेरा जो नॉलेज है, देश का ये दूसरा जर्नलिज्म एंड मास कम्युनिकेशन का विश्वविद्यालय जहाँ की वो कुलपति के रूप में अपना महिमा मंडन कर रहे हैं। इसका पहले सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी हिमाचल प्रदेश में, वो भी आचार्य का साथ साथ विभाग अध्यक्ष एवं संकाय अध्यक्ष के रूप में भी काम कर चुके। दैनिक भास्कर, अमर उजाला जैसे महान न्यूज़पेपर न्यूज़पेपर का भी चीफ एडिटर रह चुके। देश विदेश में इनका ख्याति एवं इनका वक्तव्य लोग भी सुन चुके। अब जर्नलिज्म क्षेत्र में, मास कम्युनिकेशन का क्षेत्र में, जिसको हम बोलते हैं पत्रकारिता एवं जनसंचार का क्षेत्र में, मीडिया का क्षेत्र में एक अद्वितीय प्रतिभा जो डॉक्टर बलदेव भाई शर्मा जी, जो कि आज हम लोग को अनुग्रहित कर रहे हैं एक समारोह में मुख्य अतिथि का रूप में भाग लेके। मैं तो बोलूंगा इस संस्थान का तरफ से हम आपके आज अवसर में, आज ये 42nd वेबिनार जो कि हम लोग ई कॉन्फ्रेंस के रूप में इसको आज ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हैं, आप उसमें आपका योगदान देके मुख्य अतिथि के रूप में हमको आप अनुग्रहित किए। इसीलिए जितना भी आपको साधुवाद दिया जाए, जितना भी धन्यवाद दिया जाए, वो हमारा वचन में बहुत कम होगा। तो सर, हम ये बताना चाहता हूँ, इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट बहुत पुराना संस्थान है। 42 इयर्स ओल्ड बी स्कूल, इंडिया का 18th ओल्डेस्ट बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट स्कूल। आज इसका एक विशाल का एक ग्रुप है। इसका सहयोगी संस्थान डॉक्टर जाकिर हुसैन संस्थान में हमारा भी पत्रकारिता एवं जनसंचार विभाग भी चलता है, जो कि 1982 में बिहार में सर्वप्रथम 1 साल का डिप्लोमा हम लोग जर्नलिज्म एवं मास कम्युनिकेशन में शुरुआत किए थे। 1996 से लगातार ये मखनलाल चतुर्वेदी राष्ट्रीय पत्रकारिता एवं जनसंचार विश्वविद्यालय का एक स्टडी इंस्टीट्यूट का रूप में भी काम कर रहे हैं। इसका साथ साथ एक ग्रुप का 2 विश्वविद्यालय जो कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट रीजन में काम कर रहा है। और एक ग्रुप का जो एस्टेब्लिशमेंट, वी आर हैविंग द 42 years old existence and we have served in many capacities and many places in the professional societies of the country, whether it is Computer Society of India, whether it is Indian Society for Technical Education, whether it is the Indian Science Congress, whether it is the National Association for Computer Educators and Trainers, All India Management Association, many associations, this institute has prominently contributed and also participated in different activities, and their regional, national, as well as the chapter headquarters have been also situated within the premises of this institution. Besides the things, we are having our sister concern, Dr. Zakir Hussain Institute is having the pan-India present, and we are having the location, different branches at different parts of the total Bihar and Jharkhand, all the prominent cities. Apart from that, we are having the campus at New Delhi, which is housed in 7-acre campus at Thakre, nearer to the Indira Gandhi Open University. We are having the campus at Dehradun. We are having the campus at Bangalore and other places also. And we are working and crossing the milestones so far as imparting the education to the community in the field of technical, vocational and professional education. That includes 2-year management programs recognized by All India Council for Technical Education, MCA programs, BCA programs, BBA programs, allied health sciences program, paramedical programs like medical lab technologies, like paramedical, like radiology, like X-ray technicians, like other programs like dialysis, analysis, biotechnology, and media, journalism, mass communication, almost all professional and technical education we are providing. And I must tell proudly, we are the first institution in the state of undivided Bihar and Jharkhand who started imparting the all professional and technical education what has been imparted in the state of Bihar and Jharkhand, whether it is environmental education in the year 1985, journalism and mass communication education in the year 1982, computer and IT education in the year 1980, hotel management education in the 1980, first in the private sector in the country, and IT education in the 1999, and full-time BCA education in the state undivided states of Bihar and Jharkhand in the year 1996, and paramedical programs and allied health science program in the year 2002. So this institute has been credited with all these things. And the Computer Society of India, which is the partner of this webinar, I must have to mention it is the largest professional and apex body in the country, having 1.25 lakh of the computer professionals, and that include having the 81 branches at different parts of the country and more than 500 student branches. And I have been very fortunate, and I am one of the very blessed person to serve as the national president of this great society. And on behalf of this society, we also welcome you heartily and extend our millions and billions of gratitude and thankfulness for your gracious presence today and to honor this occasion. Sir, I must have to compliment one thing. जैसे कि सूरज का बिना सुबह नहीं होता है, जैसे कि चांद का बिना रात नहीं होता है, जैसे कि बादल का बिना बरसात नहीं होता है, ऐसे ही आपका बिना उपस्थित में ये वेबिनार का गरिमा नहीं होता है। ना हर रात को चांद नसीब होता है, ना हर इंसान को अपना मंजिल प्राप्त होता है, ना हर समारोह में आपका जैसे महानुभाव का उपस्थित होता है। We are very proud enough for your gracious presence today. And today what the topic we have kept, keeping the view that will contribute a lot for the research scholar, that is due to the emergence of the technology, due to the great impact of the information and communication technology, the paradigm of the research and the development has also been changed by the interfacing of a lot of tools and techniques that has been provided, that has been happened due to the ICT, information and communication technology, as well as other electromechanics technologies that has been tremendously changed. So that is why the new dimension of the research and development, definitely the methodology will be changed accordingly. What we have seen, if we classify the research and methodologies, to my point, I have classified into 4 broad categories. One is the industrial research, second is social research, third is scientific research, and fourth is media research. You have already been experienced, and nobody is more than better experienced than you. You might have observed what the tremendous changes have been done in the field of media and mass communication after the integration of the digital tools and techniques to this particular profession. After the development of the internet in 1995 and multimedia technology in the late 90s, the media and mass communication and the journalism field and functions and domains have been impacted tremendously and have been established a communication facilities and giving the propagation to the whole world sitting at one place and satisfying the great punkti of Bhagavad Gita, Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pasantu ma kastiti. इसका साथ साथ ये मीडिया आज एक कंसेप्ट भी एस्टैब्लिश कर दिया जो भगवत गीता का वो महान पंक्ति को एस्टैब्लिश करते हैं, अहं निजो परवेति स्वभाव लघुचेत संग उदार चेत संग च वसुधैव कुटुंबकम. It is due to the gift of interfacing the digital tools and techniques, interfacing the internet and multimedia technologies with this broadcasting as well as the mass communication, journalism and media field. Like that, the industrial field has been also tremendously impacted. Now we are going to implement the industry 4.0. After crossing the development in the industrial evolution, and after that industry 1.0, industry 2.0, and industry 3.0, which have been impacted due to the application of the ICT technology. Now industry 4.0, where the 3 technologies will be fused. That will be the fusion of the 3 technologies and 3 kinds of devices: physical devices, medical devices, and digital devices. That will be a tremendous change in the industrial application. The industry is going to be the smart industry, and the machines are going to be the smart machines, and the robotics will be playing an important role in the industrial application. Productivity and efficiency will be enhanced in the exponential manner. In that respect, definitely the research methodologies and the tools and techniques for the research and development will be tremendously impacted. Not only to that, as the IoT, Internet of Things, will be impacting on the industrial research. Similarly, the high-speed computing and the smart computing and other technologies will be impacting tremendously to the scientific research. And the big data analytics and big data and cloud computing is going to impact the social research in a very big way. And viewing all these things, we have kept in the mind what are the things that we will have to observe in the future days to come. So far as the research technologies are concerned, one thing we must have to keep a very close track on these kinds of research, whether the research is the industrial research, or the research is the scientific research, or the research is the social research, or the media research. Besides that, the up-to-date technology, which is to be interfaced with these respective research fields, that should be also looked after by the young researchers, and they should have to interface very effectively in very productive manner, so that the research and development things can go in most forward. And the research and development being considered as one of the very core part of this nation building and national development, for translating the dream of our honorable Prime Minister, Ek Bharat, Swasth Bharat, and leading towards the doorstep of the Atmanirbhar Bharat. And that can be possible only when the successful implementation of the Digital India, Make in India, and the Startup India project will be very completed and implemented. Doing all these things, and another thing, what we'll have to see, whether it is a field of any kinds of research, we must have to take the most conscious, we'll have to be very much considerative. So far the consumer response are coming, and whatever it may be, whatever the field might be, that, and that means we'll have to also to develop with that how the research methodology will be changed depending on the observations of our different competitors, whatever the field might be, media field might be, scientific field might be, whatever the field might be. We have also experienced the great efforts, great development of the research and development, particularly by our indigenous research and development in this pandemic period. When it has started, we did not have anything. Even if we are very much fearful of how we can get the kids to tackle the pandemic situation like COVID-19, we did not have the sanitizer, we did not have the mask, we did not have everything. But by the slogan of the Atmanirbhar Bharat, by the initiation of our Prime Minister, local to local and vocal to global, and we have achieved all these things. And at the same time, we have discarded the China business, the business with the China, and we did everything of our own. And today we have been capable, we are capable to export the things to other countries also. This is the inertia of our research and development. This is the inertia of our scientists who have been came to the kinetic form. And we do remember the great lines of the Swami Vivekananda, what he had told, necessity is the mother of invention. And perhaps we did it when the pandemic period, when it came. And Swamiji has told, every cover is discovered when it is uncovered. Every cover is uncovered when it is discovered. प्रत्येक आच्छादित चीज तब उन्मेलित हो जाता है जब हम इसको आविष्कार कर लेते हैं. We achieved like that in Indian science and technology, in Indian research and development, and we have developed a very successful methodology to achieve the target and to achieve and make the country surplus and to provide the kits for the COVID, as well as we are capable to export these things. With these few words, once again, welcoming everybody to this great and auspicious occasion, once again providing, once again expressing my sincere gratitude and millions and billions of thankfulness. With the bowing head, I welcome our honorable chief guest, Professor Dr. Baldeo Bhai Sharma ji, the learned Vice Chancellor of the Kushabhau Thakre University of Journalism, Mass Communication, Raipur and Chhattisgarh, and I welcome him millions of the time to this great occasion. And sir, with my bowing head, I want to conclude this, and with a prayer to the God, let God bless each of the people who have been connected with this webinar to pick up the daffodils from their respective professional paradise of their professional life. Thank you very much. Namaskar to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Naik sir. So now we will proceed towards our next session, and it's a time for the chief guest address. But before we proceed, let me introduce our today's chief guest. He is none other than Professor Baldeo Bhai Sharma sir. Kushabhau ठाकरे पत्रकारिता एवं जनसंचार विश्वविद्यालय रायपुर छत्तीसगढ़ के कुलपति प्रोफेसर बलदेव भाई शर्मा देश के ख्यातनाम पत्रकार हैं. उत्तर प्रदेश के मथुरा जिले के गांव पटलौनी के जन्मे प्रोफेसर शर्मा भारत सरकार के प्रमुख संस्थान नेशनल बुक ट्रस्ट इंडिया के कई वर्ष अध्यक्ष रहे. जहां उन्होंने देश भर के पुस्तक संस्कृति के अत्यंत के लिए विशेष कार्य किए। करीब 4 दशकों से वे एक सक्रिय पत्रकार की भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। प्रोफेसर शर्मा दैनिक भास्कर, अमर उजाला, दैनिक स्वदेश, नेशनल दुनिया और राष्ट्रीय साप्ताहिक पंचजन्य के संपादक रहे हैं। उन्हें राष्ट्रीय व सामाजिक सरोकार की पत्रकारिता के लिए विशेष रूप से जाना जाता है। एक यशस्वी मीडिया शिक्षक के रूप में उनका नाम बड़े सम्मान से लिया जाता है। हिमाचल प्रदेश केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय धर्मशाला में आप पत्रकारिता विभाग में आचार्य व विभागाध्यक्ष रहे हैं तथा अनेक विश्वविद्यालयों व प्रमुख शैक्षणिक संस्थानों में मीडिया शिक्षण, संस्कृति और शिक्षा पर अनेक 250 से ज्यादा विशिष्ट व्याख्यान हो चुके हैं। प्रोफेसर शर्मा पत्रकारिता में उल्लेखनीय कार्यों के लिए राष्ट्रपति द्वारा गणेश शंकर विद्यार्थी सम्मान, मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ द्वारा उत्तर प्रदेश हिंदी संस्थान के साहित्य भूषण सम्मान, मुख्यमंत्री शिवराज सिंह चौहान द्वारा मध्य प्रदेश शासन के मानिकचंद वाजपेयी राष्ट्रीय पत्रकारिता सम्मान सहित देश के अनेक प्रमुख सम्मानों से विश्वभूष हैं। उनकी मेरे समय का भारत, आध्यात्मिक चेतना और सुगंधित जीवन, अखबार और विचार, संपादकीय विमर्श, भारत संस्कृति चेतना का अधिष्ठान जैसी करीब 1 दर्जन चर्चित पुस्तकें हैं। राष्ट्रीयता, अध्यात्म और संस्कृत के चिंतक और अध्येता के रूप में उनकी देश भर की में ख्याति है। देश के अनेक प्रमुख विश्वविद्यालयों और चीन, ब्रिटेन, अबू धाबी, मॉरिशस, मोरक्को, शारजाह आदि में उनकी व्याख्यान हुई है। देश के अनेक प्रमुख पत्र पत्रिकाओं में उनके करीब 1000 शोधपूर्ण आलेख प्रकाशित हो चुके हैं। उनके व्यक्तित्व, लेखन और पत्रकारिता पर वर्धा केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय में शोध कार्य किया गया है और इंदिरा गांधी विश्वविद्यालय रेवाड़ी हरियाणा द्वारा उन्हें मादन डायरेक्टरेट उपाधि से सम्मानित किया जा चुका है। तो इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं बुलाना चाहता हूँ हमारे आज के चीफ गेस्ट प्रोफेसर बलदेव भाई शर्मा सर को। बट मैं उससे पहले हम रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं हमारे चीफ एडवाइजर IIBM ग्रुप के प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर AK नायक सर को कि सर आए और बलदेव भाई शर्मा को सर को सम्मान सूचक शॉल प्रदान करें।
सर, संस्थान का तरफ से आप सम्मानजनक ये छोटी सी भेंट आप वो ग्रहण कीजिए, जो कि ऑनलाइन, आज का दिन में तो ऑनलाइन डिलीवरी छोड़ के हम लोग कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते। सो ऑनलाइन डिलीवरी का माध्यम से आपका पास ये पहुंच जाएगा। मैं विनम्र अनुरोध करता हूं कि हमारा ये छोटी सी प्यार का जो भेंट है, सम्मान पूर्वक हम लोग हमारा मुख्य अतिथि को चादर प्रदान करके इनका सम्मानित करते हैं। आप कृपया इसको ग्रहण कीजिए।
नायक सर, ऐसा लग रहा है कि सर का कनेक्शन फिर से लॉस्ट हो गया है सर।
देखिए।
हाँ, हाँ सर फिर से ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं।
सर ज्वाइन कर लिए?
हाँ, तो सब ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं सर। हाँ सर, आवाज आ रही है सर? बलदेव सर?
हाँ, आ रही।
यस सर। नायक सर, हम फिर से, क्योंकि सर उस समय थे नहीं सर, तो मैं एक बार आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ सर कि सर आप सम्मान सूचक शॉल प्रदान करें हमारे आज के चीफ गेस्ट प्रोफेसर बलदेव भाई शर्मा सर को।
सर, कोविड का चलते फिजिकली संभव नहीं है सम्मान सूचक आपको अंगवस्त्र प्रदान करके मैं संस्थान का तरफ से आपका प्रति कृतज्ञता ज्ञापन करता हूं। आप मजबूरी का चलते ऑनलाइन माध्यम में हम लोग का मुख्य अतिथि का पास इनको भी पहुंचा देते हैं। सो दैट ऑनलाइन डिलीवरी, आप कृपया इसको ग्रहण कीजिए, हमको कृतार्थ कीजिए।
जी। हाँ।
थैंक यू सर।
नमस्कार मित्रों, और आज का आयोजन सचमुच बहुत महत्व है और इसको लेकर बहुत विस्तार से नायक साहब ने यहाँ सारा विषय रखा। आज के कार्यक्रम में उपस्थित श्रीमान नायक साहब, प्रोफेसर भगवान सिंह और अन्य बहुत सारे सम्मानित अतिथिगण जिनका उल्लेख आदरणीय नायक साहब ने किया, रखा और विशेषकर बहुत एनर्जेटिक वे में, नॉट ओनली वोकली बट फिजिकली, उनके जो शारीरिक पूरी उपस्थिति थी अपने वक्तव्य के साथ बहुत ऊर्जामय थी।
सर बहुत कृतज्ञ
और शिक्षा इसी ऊर्जा का संचार करती है। शिक्षा कोई डिग्री, किताबें, पाठ्यक्रम इतना भर नहीं है। शिक्षा जीवन की संजीवनी शक्ति है मित्रों। और अगर शोध की बात, जैसा कि आज हो रहा है, फ्यूचर ट्रेंड्स ऑफ रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी, शोध तो शोध है। जब शिक्षा इतनी महत्वपूर्ण है तो शोध की अहमियत हम समझ सकते हैं। और मैं इसीलिए आज के इस विषय को बहुत महत्वपूर्ण मानता हूं और नायक साहब और उनकी पूरी टीम को धन्यवाद देता हूं कि शोध को लेकर आज देश भर के शैक्षणिक संस्थानों में जो गंभीरता चाहिए उसकी कहीं ना कहीं कमी दिखाई देती है। उस पर विचार करना, उसको और वाइब्रेंट बनाना, उसको समाजोपयोगी बनाना, इसके लिए जो शोध पद्धतियां हैं उन पर विचार करना बहुत आवश्यक है। मैं तो उसका बहुत विशेषज्ञ नहीं हूं। नायक साहब को मैंने उस समय निवेदन किया था, पर डॉक्टर भगवान सिंह और कई लोग यहाँ उपस्थित हैं, वो आपको उसके विवरण बताएंगे। पर दो चार बातें मैं उसको लेकर कहूंगा कि शोध केवल एक डिग्री नहीं होती है, पीएचडी कर ली और नौकरी की पात्रता हो गई। शोध वास्तव में एक सामाजिक जिम्मेदारी है। हम समाज को राष्ट्रीय और सामाजिक हितों से जुड़े हुए कुछ ऐसे पॉइंट्स जो आने वाले समय में देश के और समाज के उन्नयन के लिए उपयोगी होंगे। इसलिए केवल एक फॉर्मल वे में, रूटीन वे में हमने डिग्री ले ली, शोध कर लिया, इसके कारण कितनी अपयश की बातें हमारे सामने आ रही हैं। पीएचडी की चोरियां हो जाती हैं, फिर केस चलते हैं, फिर उसमें अमुक व्यक्ति दोषी है। ये सब बहुत गर्हित बातें हैं। शिक्षा और शोध के क्षेत्र में हमारे मन की पवित्रता भी रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी के तौर पर उतनी ही जरूरी है जितनी मेहनत करके हम रिसर्च पेपर या शोध ग्रंथ तैयार करते हैं। इसको समझना बहुत जरूरी है। और इसलिए ऐसे विषयों का चयन केवल रूटीन वे में हमने दूसरों को देखकर अपने विषय तय कर लिए, इससे काम नहीं चलेगा। अगर शोध सामाजिक दायित्व है तो ऐसे गहन विषयों का चयन हम करें जिसमें भले ही मेहनत ज्यादा लगेगी, जिसमें भले ही हमें काम ज्यादा करना पड़ेगा, लेकिन जब हमारा शोध सामने आएगा तो समाज के लिए, देश के लिए, मानवता के लिए वो एक नई दिशा देने वाला विषय हो। ऐसे विषयों का चयन करें। गहन विषयों का गहन अध्ययन के उपरांत प्रस्तुतिकरण जब हम करेंगे तो हमारा शोध निश्चित रूप से समाजोपयोगी होगा। जब हम रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी की बात करते हैं तो दो तीन बिंदु में रखूंगा उसमें, जैसे मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी रिसर्च, एक ही विषय से जुड़े हुए अलग अलग टॉपिक्स हैं, तो हमारे शोध को ज्यादा फ्रूटफुल बनाने के लिए, फलकारी बनाने के लिए, जो एक ही विषय से जुड़े हुए अलग अलग टॉपिक्स के लोग हैं वो परस्पर विचार विमर्श करें और उसमें से एक दूसरे के विचारों से कुछ नई चीजें हमारे सामने आएंगी। और इसलिए मल्टी बिंदु मेरी नजर में है एक टेक्निकल एडवांसमेंट। आज का जो दौर है मित्रों, ये टेक्नोलॉजी का दौर है। हम सब अभी नायक साहब ने कहा कि मजबूरी है, कोविड काल है, लेकिन आप देखिए इस कोविड काल में भी कितने सारे विद्वानों को और कितने सारे रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स को, विद्यार्थियों को नायक साहब ने इस मंच से जोड़ दिया है। ये तकनीकी का कमाल है। और इसलिए आज के दौर में कलम और कागज के साथ साथ टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट, इसमें भी हमको पारंगत होना पड़ेगा। एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण बिंदु मेरे ध्यान में आ रहा है, प्रेडिक्टिव एनालिसिस। जो पूर्व के और वर्तमान के आंकड़े हैं उनका इस तरह से विश्लेषण किया जाना जो भविष्य के लिए नए अनुमान हम सबके लिए तैयार करें। और इसलिए टूल्स शोध करते समय हम बहुत सारे टूल्स का इस्तेमाल करते हैं, तो उन सारे टूल्स के, उन डिवाइसेस के बारे में हमें पूरी जानकारी होनी चाहिए। ये डिवाइसेस आज के दौर में बहुत उपयोगी हो गए हैं और बड़ी तेजी से डाटा को ट्रांसफर करने में। दूसरी ऐसी महत्वपूर्ण चीजें हैं जो हमारे सर्च करने में बड़ी दिक्कतें देती हैं। इन टूल्स के माध्यम से हम ऐसी चीजों को सर्च कर सकते हैं और परस्पर शेयर कर सकते हैं। ये बहुत सारी जो चीजें हैं, कनेक्टिविटी इसके कारण उपलब्ध होती है। तो एडवांसमेंट ऑफ डिजिटल टूल्स, इसको लेकर भी हम सजग रहें और उसको सीखने जानने का प्रयास करें। एक बिंदु और है नॉलेज मैनेजमेंट। नॉलेज केवल हमारे लिए नहीं होती है, नॉलेज को हम समाज हित में बहुआयामी तरीके से दूसरों के साथ शेयर करें। अपनी नॉलेज को दूसरों तक कैसे पहुंचाएं, इसके लिए शोध में नॉलेज मैनेजमेंट ये एक महत्वपूर्ण बिंदु है। इस पर भी हमको ध्यान देना चाहिए। ऐसे कुछ बिंदु जो मेरे ध्यान में आए, मैंने उनकी चर्चा की है। बाकी दूसरे लोग विस्तार से उसको बताएंगे। और मैं सामान्यतः एक दो बातें और कहना चाहूंगा। जैसा मैंने पहले कहा, शिक्षा जीवन के उन्नयन का सबसे सशक्त माध्यम है। इसलिए की जाती है कि हमें अच्छी नौकरी मिल जाए, अच्छी डिग्री मिल जाए। ये शिक्षा का पूर्ण रूप नहीं है। शिक्षा के बारे में गुरु नानक देव ने अपने एक शब्द में बड़ी सुंदर पंक्ति कही है, विद्या विचारीता परोपकारी। विद्या मनुष्य को विवेकशील बनाती है, लोकोपकारी भाव के साथ जीना सिखाती है। ये विद्या का, शिक्षा का मूल रूप है। हम शिक्षक के तौर पर, विद्यार्थी के तौर पर शिक्षा के इस रूप को यदि ग्रहण करेंगे तो समाज अच्छा बनेगा, देश अच्छा बनेगा। और जैसा अभी हमारे नायक साहब ने बड़ा सुंदर श्लोक बोला, अयम निजम परो वेत्ति गणना लघु चेतसाम उदार चरिता नाम तु वसुधैव कुटुंबकम्। सारे विश्व को जिसे हम अपना परिवार, कुटुंब मानते हैं, वो सब सुखमय जीवन जाए। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः। समाज, विश्व, मानवता सुखमय जीवन जिए। इसलिए शिक्षा को केवल नौकरी, केवल डिग्री, इसके भाव से शिक्षा को ग्रहण करेंगे तो शिक्षा लोकोपकारी नहीं हो सकती। जैसा गुरु नानक देव ने कहा, विद्या विचारिता परोपकारी। शिक्षा विवेकशील बनाती है। हम विवेकशील बने, लोकोपकारी भाव से जीना सीखे, तब वास्तव में विद्या हमारी सार्थक है। शिक्षा के उस व्यापक स्वरूप को हम शिक्षक के तौर पे, विद्यार्थी के तौर पे, शोधार्थी के तौर पर ग्रहण करने का अभ्यास बनाएंगे तो मुझे लगता है ये ज्यादा लाभदायक होगा। एक फिल्म बीच में आई थी आप सबने देखी होगी, 3 इडियट्स। पूरी फिल्म शिक्षा की पद्धति को लेकर है, किस तरह हम जबरदस्ती ज्ञान ठूसने का प्रयास करते हैं बच्चों के, विद्यार्थियों के मन में, जबकि उनकी रुचियां, उनकी समझ दूसरे प्रकार की होती है। उस पूरी फिल्म में अंत में एक बड़ा सफलता तो बहुत हथकंडों से मिली, हम प्रयास करें। शिक्षा जीवन की उत्कृष्टता का टूल है। मार्क ट्वेन ने बड़ी सुंदर बात कही है कि जीवन में 2 ही बातें याद करने लायक होती है, एक हमारा बर्थडे, किस दिन हम पैदा हुए, और दूसरा ये याद रखना कि हमारा जन्म इस धरती पर क्यों हुआ, जीवन का उद्देश्य क्या है। मित्रों, शिक्षा हमें जीवन का उद्देश्य बताती है। जीवन का उद्देश्य केवल स्वार्थ के साथ जीना एक के लिए जीता है। शिक्षा व्यक्ति को मनुष्य बनाती है, और इसलिए केवल नॉलेज शिक्षा नहीं है। नॉलेज तो गूगल बाबा आजकल बहुत सारी दे देता है, लेकिन उस नॉलेज में मनुष्यता का संस्कार नहीं जुड़ेगा तो वो नॉलेज ज्ञान नहीं बनता, विजडम नहीं बनता है। नॉलेज को विजडम बनाने का काम शिक्षा करती है। शिक्षा के इस गहन रूप को हमें समझना पड़ेगा। हम कितनी मेहनत करते हैं, वर्षों लगा देते हैं पढ़ाई लिखाई करने में, फिर टीचर बनते हैं, दूसरों को पढ़ाते हैं, लेकिन मित्रों अगर हम शिक्षा के इस मूल रूप को नहीं समझ सके तो हम मनुष्यता का उन्नयन नहीं कर पाए, हम देश का, समाज का विकास नहीं कर पाए। और विकास होगा तो वो दूसरों के लिए नहीं, अपने लिए होगा। क्यों? क्योंकि हमने केवल पढ़ाई की, शिक्षा ग्रहण नहीं की। पढ़ाई और शिक्षा के अंतर को समझिए। मनुष्य बनाना, ऋग्वेद में हमारे ऋषि ने कहा मनोर्भव, मनुष्य बनो। उन्होंने ये नहीं कहा कि डॉक्टर बनो, वकील बनो, पत्रकार बनो, एकेडमिशियन बनो, आईएएस बनो। उन्होंने कहा मनुष्य बनो, क्योंकि हम जब मनुष्य नहीं बन पाते हैं तो आईएएस बनकर भी ऐसे कई काम खबरों में हम पढ़ते हैं, करने लग जाते हैं जो मानवता विरोधी होते हैं। हम डॉक्टर बनकर भी कभी कभी ऐसे काम करने लग जाते हैं जो डॉक्टर भगवान होता है उस छवि के विरुद्ध डॉक्टर काम करना शुरू कर देता है। अभी कोविड काल में डॉक्टरों के माध्यम से कितना जीवन को बचाया गया। हमारे डॉक्टर तो इस कोविड काल में वॉरियर्स बनकर सामने आए। हमारे शिक्षकों ने कितना काम किया, ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन के माध्यम से शिक्षा के क्रम को अवरुद्ध नहीं होने दिया। कितनी मेहनत, कितनी परेशानियां हमारे विद्यार्थियों ने भी उठाई, लेकिन शिक्षा के उस मूल तत्व को जो हमारे जीवन को ऊर्जा देता है उसको ग्रहण करना और उस पर आधारित ऐसे शोध करना जो जीवन के उन्नयन के लिए, सामाजिक, राष्ट्रीय, मानवता के हित के लिए उपयोगी होंगे, तो फिर मुझे लगता है आज का ये जो कार्यक्रम हो रहा है इसके माध्यम से हम शोध को और बेहतर बना सके। अंत में मैं जयशंकर प्रसाद ने कामायनी में जो बड़ी सुंदर 2 पंक्तियां लिखी हैं उनका उल्लेख करते हुए अपनी बात समाप्त करूंगा। मित्रों, मनु का प्रादुर्भाव होता है। मनु देखते हैं चारों तरफ जल ही जल है। मनु को भारतीय चिंतन परंपरा में पहला मनुष्य इस धरती पर अवतरित होने वाला मानते हैं। गया है तो एक संदेश उनके लिए गूंजता है, औरों को हंसते देखो मनु, हंसो और सुख पाओ, अपने सुख को विस्तृत कर लो, जग को सुखी बनाओ। अपने लिए जीना नहीं है। मनु, तुम धरती पर इसलिए भेजे गए हो कि मनुष्यता का विस्तार करो, दूसरों के सुख के लिए जियो, अपने सुख को विस्तृत कर लो, जग को सुखी बनाओ। मैं केवल अपने सुख के लिए, अपने परिवार, अपने बच्चे, इनके लिए धन संपदा इकट्ठी करना, और फिर भाई भी मुझे नहीं चाहिए, माता पिता भी मुझे नहीं चाहिए, और कई बार तो पत्नी भी नहीं चाहिए, बच्चे भी नहीं चाहिए, बस मैं अपने लिए जी रहा हूं। ये मनुष्यता नहीं है। अपने सुख को विस्तृत कर लो, जग को सुखी बनाओ। मित्रों, शिक्षा, शोध, ये तभी सार्थक है। हमारा विद्यार्थी होना, हमारा शिक्षक होना तभी सार्थक है जब हम जग को सुखी बनाने की प्रवृत्ति अपने अंदर ग्रहण कर सकें। लोकोपकारी जीवन की वृत्ति ये शिक्षा देती है। शोध ऐसे अनेक बिंदुओं की ओर रेखांकित करेगा जो हमारे लिए, विद्यार्थियों के लिए, शोध छात्रों के लिए, शिक्षकों के लिए बहुत उपयोगी हो सकते हैं। मैं एक बार पुनः नायक साहब का, उनके सभी टीम सहयोगियों का आभार व्यक्त करता हूं कि मुझे आप सबके बीच में संवाद करने का उन्होंने अवसर दिया, और मुझे सचमुच बहुत आनंद हो रहा है। और ऐसे लोगों के बीच जो कभी मेरे संपर्क में नहीं रहे, मुझे बातचीत करने का अवसर मिला, इसके लिए मैं बहुत मन से आनंदित हूं और आप सबका आभारी हूं। नमस्कार।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, आप आज के ये वेबिनार में हमको अनुग्रहित किए। हम जितना भी साधुवाद दे, धन्यवाद दे, बहुत कम होगा। आपने इतना मूल्यवान बात बताए आपका इस भाषण में, जे एक्चुअली आपने जो बताए, जे शोध और अनुसंधान कि शिक्षा केवल नौकरी की चाकरी के नहीं होता है, सर्विस के लिए ही होता है। शिक्षा वास्तविक मानव बनाता है, मनुष्य बनाता है, मानविकता का विकास करता है। और इसके साथ साथ आप ज्ञान प्रबंधन का जो गुरु रहस्य बताए, ये रियली हमारा आज के, हम सोचते हैं आज जितना भी इसमें प्रतिभागी है सबके लिए बहुत काम आएगा। साथ साथ अब लास्ट को पैंडेमिक पीरियड में हम लोग को अपना शोध का बल पर, हमारा ताकत का बल पर जो ट्रेमेंडस, जो विशेष करके ऑनलाइन मोड में जो एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड किए, शिक्षा का जो कार्यक्रम को हम त्वरान्वित किए, इसको कभी रोकने नहीं दिए, ये बहुत बड़ा बात है। क्योंकि इसका साथ तो हमारा रिसर्च ट्रेंड्स भी चेंज होता रहेगा। हम एजुकेशन 1.0 से 2.0, 2.0 से 3.0, आज जैसे इंडस्ट्री 4.0 का पास हम पहुंचे, एजुकेशन 4.0 का हम बात करते हैं। नई शिक्षा नीति 2020 में ये भी रखा गया कि 40% एजुकेशन, जो शिक्षण प्रशिक्षण कार्यक्रम, पठन पाठन कार्यक्रम, वो ऑनलाइन माध्यम में भी प्रतिपादित किया जाएगा। साथ साथ यूनिवर्सिटी, कॉलेज और बड़ा बड़ा एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन को भी प्रोत्साहित किया जा रहा है वर्चुअल कैंपस, वर्चुअल क्लासरूम और वर्चुअल लैब का एस्टेब्लिशमेंट करने के लिए। आपका सम्यक भाषण में जो अभिभाषित किए हैं वो बहुत महत्वपूर्ण रहा आज का प्रतिभागी लोग के लिए। हम आपको साधुवाद देता हूं, धन्यवाद देता हूं पुनः एक बार, समग्र संस्थान का तरफ से, शासन इकाई का तरफ से, छात्र छात्राओं का तरफ से, शिक्षक का तरफ से एवं कंप्यूटर सोसाइटी ऑफ इंडिया का सभी सदस्य का तरफ से आपको कोटि कोटि साधुवाद देता हूं, धन्यवाद ज्ञापन करता हूं।
Thank you so much, Professor Baldeo Bhai Sharma sir, for your excellent and energetic speech, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And now we will proceed.
Rohit,
yes,
for
sir.
the time being, we must have to welcome
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Sunil Pandey has also joined with us. So, Dr. Sunil Pandey, the Director of UG and IT program of the Institute of Technology and Science of Ghaziabad, joined, and he is a very prolific speaker and very authority in the subject. And इसका साथ साथ हम आज का हमारा कार्यक्रम में कुछ सीनियर पर्सनालिटी जो यहाँ हमारा पास है, हम इनको स्वागत करना चाहूँगा। जैसे हमारा साथ है अभी डॉक्टर आशुतोष जी है, डॉक्टर अख्तर आलम साहब है, और डॉक्टर वेणुगोपाल साहब है, डॉक्टर सारिका मैम है। ये कुछ जो सीनियर लोग है हमारा साथ आज उपस्थित है आज का वेबिनार में, हम इनको साधुवाद देना चाहूंगा। विशेष करके स्कूल ऑफ मैनेजमेंट साइंस का SMS का डीन महोदय भी यहाँ संकाय अध्यक्ष भी हमारा ये समारोह में उपस्थित है। हम IIBM का तरफ से सभी को स्वागत करता हूँ और इनको साधुवाद देना चाहता हूँ। हमारा ये आज का ये सम्मेलन में योगदान करने के लिए, प्रतिभागी बनने के लिए हम पुनः एक बार इनको साधुवाद करता हूँ, वो स्वागत करता हूँ। धन्यवाद। रोहित, ओवर टू यू।
Thank you so much, sir. So now we will proceed towards our next session, and it's a time for guest of honors address. And our today's guest of honor is Dr. Durgesh Kumar Mishra, sir. Dr. Durgesh Kumar Mishra has received M.Tech degree in computer science from TAVV Indore in 1994 and PhD degree in computer science, computer engineering in 2008. Presently, he has been working as a director and professor computer science and founder director Microsoft Innovation Center at Sri Aurobindo Institute of Technology, Indore, Madhya Pradesh, India.
Yes,
He is
Rohit,
an
Rohit, I
Yes,
think its introduction is good. Now I think we are running the time, so that I think we have to start. Right, sir? Right, sir?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Right, right. Because everybody knows this, and I basically I am a teacher.
नहीं, Rugesh, everybody don't know each other because every slot में there are new participants है,
Right,
इसीलिए हम लोग इंट्रोडक्शन करते हैं। इंट्रोडक्शन होना भी जरूरी है because people should know.
right. Then should we start or go for the introduction?
नहीं, they should complete the introduction. There is no.
Okay, please, Rohit, sorry.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Presently, he has been working as a director and professor computer science and founder director Microsoft Innovation Center at Sri Aurobindo Institute of Technology, Indore, Madhya Pradesh. He is an ex-visiting faculty at IIT Indore, Madhya Pradesh, India. PhD member for Doctor of Philosophy, Namibia University of Science and Technology, Namibia. He has 27 years of experience in teaching, 15 years of experience in research. He has completed his PhD under the guidance of late Sri M. Chandwani on secure multi-party computation for preserving privacy. He has published more than 90 papers in referred international and national journals and conferences, including IEEE ACM conferences. He has organized many such conferences like WOCN, CON, SEG, ICT Big, ACM WIR, and CSI BIG Big in a capacity of conference general chair, editor of conference proceedings. So with all these words, I like to request Dr. Durgesh Kumar Mishra, sir, for guest of honors address.
Yes. Thank you, Rohit, for the good introduction. Thank you, and I think this is the 42-42nd webinar of this IIBM, and I think I remember that when last year we started the first webinar, and I was the witness of that first webinar, and now this in the year complete year this is the 42nd of the webinar. Congratulations to the IIBM for organizing this event, and with the great effort by Dr. A.K. Nayak sir. And today, and I thank you, I welcome, I thanks to Dr. Nayak to invite me today for this event for the future trends of the research methodology organized by the IIBM, Indian Institute of Business Management, and association with the Computer Society of India. And I also this thanks to Mr. Rohit also for the good introductions. And today's chief guest, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Baldeo Bhai Sharma ji, and he's delivered with a nice talk and given a very good information about the education, how the education and the research are correlated, and what the benefit of the research is there. So, and after that, we are having today's room. Very dynamic person, Dr. Nayak is with us. He is my mentor, and mentor not only in the field of this computer science, but in the field of the professional body and the field of even in the daily life. He is mentoring me a lot of things. Then I thanks to the Dr. Nayak again for the same thing. And we have in this virtual room, we are having another Dr. Professor Bhagwan Singh, Professor Sunil Kumar Pandey is a keynote speakers. Both are the keynote and invited speakers, and Dr. Samiksha Shukla, Professor Ganesh Pandey, and all the senior members are in this virtual room of these webinars. I welcome you, sir. So, can you allow me to share the screen, my screen? Yes.
Yes, sir, you can share it.
Yeah. So, this is, I think it's visible.
Yes.
Okay, it's visible now. Okay. So again, I thanks. Today is the topic is the current research trends and research methodology. What the new trends are there? Today I'll talk something about the computer science research trend from 2021 to the 2025. How we can change. Before that's the research trend, I will say something about the research, what it is. So this when you talk about the research, this research is what's the difference between the homework problem and the research problems. Daily we are facing a lot of problems, and we are able to solve the solution of that problem also. So that problems, just like I'm feeling that we are facing a problem in the home, that same problem will be in the society, same problem in the others. Just like Dr. Baldeo Singh is informed about that, we have to solve the problem of the society. The society should be easy for that. And same thing mentioned by the Dr. Nayak also in his speech. So the problem is, that is, I think both of the problem is there is no difference. So expect that what's the fear is there for the fear? We are darte hain, right? Research is nothing but it's a homework. You can say it's finding a good problem to study is a part of research too. Now there is a lot of changes going on this computer field, so that we have to find out the problems. What the problem in the pandemic? We have seen a lot of things. What rightly mentioned by this Dr. Baldeo Singh, this in the education also, and Dr. Nayak also. In the education, we have done a lot of things in the pandemic. The doctors and the teachers have done a lot of things because they are facing the problems. As they are facing the problems, they are able to find out the solutions. So finding out the problem is also a very good thing in the research. The research is about the pushing the limit, how we can push our limit to the research. That is, dismiss the problem if the solution is not interesting enough. No, we have to think about that. What it is the research? Research is a game for which you get to set the rules, but it cannot be trivial ones. In the other games, the rules can be decided by somebody else. But in the research, you have to define your own rules. You have to define your own sequence, and you can do the research. I'm taking this a little bit fast. And then in this research steps are there. First, you have to read. In the research, there is not only one read is there. There is multiple reads are there. There is one is read. You have to read again and again. We cannot read the literatures or the problems solved by the particular researcher. You cannot understand in a one read. So we require the multiple read. And after read, you have to write in your own words. If you are writing in your own words, so that in the future, when you are writing the paper and you are writing a thesis, it will be without plagiarism. It will be you are going to create your documents. So rewrite. After reading, after each read, you can say that writing will there's a different documents you are going to create in your own language. And after writing, when you start writing, then thinking automatically start. So writing is very important. हमारे बुजुर्गों ने भी कहा है कि लिख करके पढ़ो. तो वो कोई किसी रिसर्च में के कारण ही कहा होगा. Yeah, how we can always we are going to learn with the help of writing. So when you start the writing, automatically thinking will start. right? So thinking is another is that, and after thinking, we have to discuss it. We have to discuss. This is the platform. This is a platform provided by the Dr. Nayak. We have to discuss. We have to discuss with your colleague. We have to discuss your friends. We have to discuss your spouse. You can discuss your uh, uh, daughter. You can discuss your son and all these things. So this is the research, right? And after that discussing again, we are going to the phase what reread, rewrite, rethink, rediscuss. This is a cycle. This is the research step. This is the research step. What I learn in my life by my guide, Professor Dr. Chandwani, and all other senior members. So this is steps we have to. If you are going to follow it, then you can do the good research, and we can help the society for the new with the help of new innovation and all these things. So what is the engineering research? If you talk about this engineering, about the optimization, engineering is about the optimization, but engineering research is not. Research is to find the limit, the better way of the optimizations. This is engineering research. Okay, so engineering is about the invention, but engineering research is not. Research is to explain why an invention works. Why an invention? This is the engineering research, right? And engineering research is not a science or not empirical science. Is nothing but it's then close to the applied maths and applied science. So we have to be good in the mathematics. We have to be good in the science. So you can do a very good research, engineering research. A good engineer need not be a good researcher, but a good researcher, and again, the good researcher need not be a good engineer. So for the research mindset, you have to be think in a different way. So that the today's webinar is basically on the what type of research trends, future research trends in the research methodology. So I will discuss about something. What's the future trends where we can do the research in the computer science? What are the current trends are there? I will discuss that in our today's webinar. That different level of research, that is the first level, we can say that is a research assistant. We can learn something, means what we are learn the drill. We are learning so many tools of that. Second level of research is homework like research, where we can build your confidence. When you take a problem, then solve it. That is homework like research. And then third level is formulating your problems and solve it, right? That is what the exercise your creativity. And if you talk about the level 4, the formulating problems of others to solve it, that is what you are realizing your vision. So this is what knowing what to do is more important than knowing how. So this is what something I have summarized what it is research on. But when you talk about in the current trends in the research methodology and what type of research is going on, so I have find out some 7 important computer science trends which are in 21-25. That is 7 fastest growing computer science trends happening right now in the office and the colleges campuses, where you are fresh computer science graduate, or you are from the IT field, or you are something in the industry or something like this. These are the some points we have to discuss about that. That is, first one is quantum computing makes waves. Nowadays, quantum computing search, you can see interest spikes in late of 2019 when the Google announced it had achieved the quantum supremacy. You can see the spike. Nowadays, we are able to see in the daily newspaper, but the spike is there when the corona is go high. So in this figure, in this diagram, we can see that the spike in 2029, this quantum computing. This quantum computing is use of the quantum machine, such as entanglement and superposition to the perform computations. It uses, that is a quantum bits, like a binary bit. It uses the quantum bits are 2 phases. These are the 2 phases of quantum bits are there. Qubits is a similar way that the regular computer uses the bits. The quantum computers have the potential to solve the problem. That would take the world most powerful supercomputers millions of the years, right? So this is what we can see, that the IBM System 1, the first ever circuit-based commercial quantum computers, you can see here, right? So this quantum computing makes waves. The quantum computers have enormous upsides. but are also expensive and unstable. Lot of work, lot of research we can do work here. But the downside of these quantum computers are the currently incredible, difficult to build, and sensitive to the interface. Despite the current limitation, it's for expect the further advance of the Google and other that we have the quantum computers practical to use, which would the positions quantum computing as one of the most important computer science trends in the computer year. That is, the quantum computing is very good. Another. This is zero trust becomes the norms. You know, the zero trust search, that is zero trust journal awareness of the security concept started in takeoff in 2018. That is zero trust. A lot of research is going on this research in the computer field. This is zero trust is what the most of the information security framework used by the organization use traditional trust authentication method like password or two-phase authentication. Like today's we are banking are using the two-phase authentications. Now you can see that nowadays after the two-phase authentications, they have used the third-phase authentication also in the banking. So two-phase, three-phase, four-phase authentication can be used. This framework focus on protecting the network access. Again, and they assume that anyone that access the network should be able to access any data or resource they did like. There is a big downside in this approach. If a bad actor who has got in via any entry point can move around the freely to access the all data or delete altogether, right? So this is the zero trust information security model aimed to prevent this potential vulnerability. The zero trust model replaced the old assumptions that every user within organization networks can be trusted. What my research is, we are thinking about that the third party should be trusted. When you are sharing the data, it's still trusted. But instead, if you are working on that, instead nobody is trusted where they are already inside or outside in the networks. But with the help of current scenario, we can say that if somebody is in your networks, then able to access all these things. But we can't say nobody, whether in the inside or outside, we cannot trust on that in this digital media. And this in the platform, right, in pandemic, everybody, even from the lower side to the upper side, everybody is using the digital media, even social media or banking transaction, and all these things, everybody is connected. So that we have to check something, trust on that. The verification is required from everyone trying to gain access any resources on the networks. Then we have to make the trust. This is the field very important in the research methodology. In the research, we have to work on that, right? This Cisco zero trust security, you can see that the huge companies like Cisco are investing heavily to develop the zero trust solutions. Like the workplace, workload, and the policies, workforce. The security architecture is quickly moving from just a computer science concept to the industry best practices. According to IBM report, the average data breach cost a company is $3.86 million in damages. And after that, there is a very important, it requires around 280 days, average of 280 days to fully recover. There is a lot of loss is there. So that we have to work on that zero trust. We will see the demand of this technology continues to the skyrocket in 2021 and beyond of the business adopt zero trust security in this for the race. That is very important. This is a very important topic where we can do for the computer science, we can do for the research, right? The third one is very important. Everybody knows this is cloud computing. It's mentioned by Dr. Nayak. Also mentioned about this cloud computing. This hits the age. This age computing, such as the market may be worth of $8.67 million by 2025. You can see that how this changes is going on, right? The fast changes is going on in the cloud computing. This grantor estimates that 80% of any enterprise, that is very important, 80% of enterprise will shut down their traditional data center by 2025. This is mainly because the traditional cloud computing relies on server is one central locations. So trust and all these things will take place. If the end user is in another country, they have to wait while the data travels thousands of miles. Latency issues like this can really hamper an application performance easily for high bandwidth media like video, which is why many companies are moving over the edge computing service providers. Modern edge computing brings computations, data storage, data analytics as close as possible to the end-to-end locations. And when edge servers host web applications, the result is massively improved the response time. So the edge computing is very, as the result of that, the edge computing market will be worth of $8.67 billion by 2025. So that we have to work on that. And we have to find out the global problems, not even the local problems. Local problem is also very important for the research, but in the computer science, we have to focus on the global problems and the global changes. We have to take care of the global changes and the content delivery networks like Cloudflare that makes the edge computing easy and accessible to others web also. Another is very important. Everybody is working on the Java. Nowadays, a lot of things, this Kotlin is overtakes the Java. This Kotlin surges interest in the programming language rocketed in 2017. So you can see that spike in the 2017 is a Kotlin. And most of the work is going on the Kotlin. And this, again, we can see that how this Kotlin is cover the Java languages, right? This Kotlin is nothing but it is a general purpose programming language that first appeared in the 2011. It's designed especially to move the concise and that is streamlined version of Java. But so it works for both JVM and the Android development. Now that Android development is very important. Java as well as this Kotlin is very useful in the Java. There are 7 million Java programmers in world right now. And since Kotlin offers a big advantage over Java, we can expect more and more programmers to make the switch between 2021 to 2025. Google even made the announcement in 2009 that Kotlin is now its preferred language for Android application developers. So we have to, because we have to go through the technology, as Dr. Sharma, Dr. Honorable Vice Chancellor is told about that. We have to go through the technology. Dr. Naik is also mentioned about that. The technology is very important. So what's the global technologies work? For the computer science people, we have to focus on the global technology. The fifth one is the web becomes more standardized. Open API's specification search. Open API becomes a separate project from the Swigger's framework in 2016. You can see this. You can see the REST, representational state transfer web services power the internet and the data behind it. But the structure of each REST API data source varies widely. We have to work on it. It depends upon entirely how the individual programmers behind it and decided to design it. The Open API specification changed. Open API attempts to streamline the APIs. All API data sources that implement the Open API specifications are easily to learn and readable to the both human and the machines. So this is because of Open API file describe the entire API. If you are developing something, you require to Open API. A lot of Open APIs are available, right? And we can use it. We have to use exactly. We don't waste our time. We don't want to waste our time. Whether it is all the things are openly available, developed, and we can use it. The standardizations, so that the standardization is possible. So the web standardization is very important. We have to think about that, right? We have to think about your development style, right? So this is what, again, GraphQL is is a query language for the API and a runtime for the fulfilling those queries with your existing data, right? So this Google had developed, this Facebook has developed this API. This is GraphQL. This is a data query language for the API, right? You can think about that. The next one is more digital twins. Digital twin searches interest has been steadily growing over the last 5 years. You can see that how they are growing from 2016 to 2020. So this digital twin is nothing but it's a software representation of the real world entity for the process, from which you can generate and analyze the simulation data. In the research, the simulation data is very important. How to analyze that simulation data. The digital twin, this way you can improve the efficiency and avoid the problem before device and even built and developed. You know, GE is a very, very big company, very big name in the field of the development internal digital twin technology to improve its own jet engine in manufacturing process. GE predicts platform as a huge player in the digital twin technology market. This technology was initially only available at the big enterprise level with GE predicts industrial interest on the IoT platforms. But now we are seeing that it uses the across the other sectors like retail warehousing, auto manufacturing, and the healthcare economy. So this is the digital twin. You have to work on that. This is the example of digital twin, where they digitize the assets and processes to enable the better industrial outcomes. You can see that. The last one is, but I will not take much time for that because my time is over. The demanded for cyber security expertise, that is skyrockets. You can see that. Hack the box. Search's demand for the cybersecurity platform is showing a strong growth. Hack the box is the applications where you can see where your email is compromised, your password is compromised. You can see on this thing in the hack the box, very, very small tool is there. Search for the cybersecurity. So over the 5 years, you can see the growth. And in the pandemic also, you can daily you are able to see that everybody is their crime is shifted to the cyber instead of physical. So this, according to the CNET, at least 7.9 billion records, including credit card numbers, home address, and phone numbers, were exposed through the data breach in 2019 alone. As a consequence, large number of companies seek cybersecurity expertise to protect themselves, and they are searching a lot of research on this. This Hack the Box is an online platform that has the wealth of educational information and hundreds of cybersecurity team challenges. They have 290,000 active users that test and improve their skill in the penetration testing, so that they have become to go to place for companies to recruit new talent for their cybersecurity teams. And lot of research is available on these fields and software that perhaps is required to develop in this area, right? So in this, what we have discussed about that, our list of 7 most important computer science trends where we can do the research is keep an eye over the next 4 to 5 years. From machine learning to the blockchain to AR, it's an exciting time to be the computer science fields. Computer science has always been a rapidly changing industry. You cannot stop your reading today. If you stop your reading and writing and all these things, you can be the backside. You cannot do something new in this field. But with the growth of the completely new technology, especially cloud computing and the machine learning, it's fair to accept that the rate of change will be increased in 2005 and 2021 in the beyond, right? That is what in the computer science, there is 7 very important points we can discuss about this research and research innovation and research methodology. We have to focus on this area, and we have to change our research style, not the traditional. What the traditionals we are doing, what we are designing algorithm, we are designing the farming. That's also very important. The formal description, informal descriptions, and all these things. But we have to go through with the current technology as well as the current methods. What we are, the others are in the globe. What the others are working on that. We have to think about that, and after that we can start your research so that you can do your work fast, because you are working with the current fields. There are a lot of research opportunities available. So I think this is from my side. So thanks to all. If you are having any questions, you can ask. I think I have not taken much time.
Thank you very much, Dr. Durgesh, and for your excellent deliberation. And particularly, you have explained the 7 areas where the research is very much advancing in the field of computer science and informatics. And that too, notably, the quantum computing might be the computing for the future, which can bring the tremendous change after its successful implementation. The thing is that though research has already been successful, but the commercial viability has to be driven out. Once this will be commercially viable and quantum computing will came into the existence, perhaps that will change the complete paradigm of the research and development in the field of ICT. So definitely the quantum computing will be taking 2 to the power n power so far as the storage is concerned, so far as the computation is concerned. I think one quantum computer might be able to replace so many number of computers, and the cloud computing concept might be reversed after the development of the quantum computing, because after that we may not need the collaborative computing, because one quantum computer will be sufficient for that. And other area, the advances in the web development, the cyberspace security, and all this, that one of the important thing you have told, that the Kotlin will be also replacing the Java, which is so popular today, and these are the future trends that are going to be. Thank you very much for giving this thing, and definitely next speaker is our keynote speaker. We will be definitely hearing something more from him regarding so far the social research is concerned, so far the marketing research is concerned, so far the business research is concerned. After the research in the computing and the informatics, we should be right. Okay, Rohit.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you so much, Durgesh sir, for your gracious presentation, sir. Thank you so much. And now we will proceed towards our next session, and it is the keynote address session. And for that, I would like to welcome Professor Dr. Bhagwan Singh. Professor Dr. Bhagwan Singh is the Dean, School of Management, Head, Department of Business Administration of Central University, Jharkhand, Ranchi. Professor Singh has 20 plus years of experience in teaching as well as in research and administration. He has also the founder dean of the School of Commerce and Management Studies of Central University of Himachal Pradesh. He has supervised 4 PhD degrees, and he has also authored 2 books and 18 chapters, which contribute in various books of national and international repute. So with all these words, I'd like to welcome our today's keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Bhagwan Singh, sir. Sir, please unmute, sir. Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Am I clearly audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank my Honorable Professor A.K. Nayak, sir. He is my academic father also, and I have been blessed by him on many platforms, and because of him, today I am here presenting you all. And thanks to Professor Baldeo Bhai Sharma, sir, also, who greatly agreed my request to be in this August seminar. And thanks to Durgesh sir, Dr. Ashutosh Bajpayee, Dr. Sunil Pandey, and Dr. Prakash, and other who all are here sitting over to listen us, and in the August gathering, all the students. Thank you for being with me. Let me, as the time is very slow, so let me start with the presentation. Today we have no idea that where the actually research is moving about. Everybody is running about hey-throughs of this and that, and everybody is saying this is the best. But problem identification is that we have no parameter to say that X research is good or Y research is good. On the contrary, every researcher says that this is the best research of this earth. And there is international standards which predicts that yes, this research is quantified as a good research, or this is qualitative research, or this is quantitative research, or types of various research are being already stated in the, whether be it statistics, social research, behavioral science, computer science, social sciences, any. But when it comes to presentation of the research, the presentation research exactly moves away. There is till date no uniform methodology to present your research. Social science people, they will say that this is the presentation style. Mathematician will say this is the presentation style. And all the other users of every discipline talk about their presentation style. But problem comes when we talk cross-disciplinary. Suppose here, one of my friend who is a statistician, Dr. Ashutosh Bajpayee, is sitting over there. He's a good statistician. If he wants to present the research, he will talk about test, all t-test, hypothetical test, and correlations between the one variable to one other variable. So accordingly, they will go on. And a person from computer science, as Durgesh sir was there, he was going on explaining about the importance of the computers, related programming software, Java and all, and zero trust. So, but what is missing in the presentation of research is there is no uniformity. If I will talk about consumer behavior as a marketing person or a strategic management. But again, when the researcher comes from the research scholars and it is presented across the discipline, it is presented in the IES, in front of IES, in front of ministry, in front of bankers, in front of industrialists, we will be shocked to know that 90% of the researcher do not convert a research for the society or academia or corporate, because the research is very good, but they are not presented that way. Why they are not presented that way? Because there is no presentation uniform platform. And for that, we researched for more than 5 years and developed a CRISP model. Through that, you can blindly present your research, your thesis, your project. It is useful for the project presentation of PG students. It is useful for the project presentation of the UG students. It is important for the presentation of summer internship. It is important for the presentation of final projects, for the computer projects, for the thesis presentation. A thesis could be presented very well on that. And your research papers, you can present this in corporate, you can present in academia, you can present anywhere you want. Just you have to follow this template of presentation named as CRISP. May I have the facility to present, Rohit ji? Rohit,
Yes,
could I
yes,
present,
yes,
share my
yes,
screen?
Yes, sir, sure, sure. Yes, sir. Now it is presenting.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is the CRISP model. CRISP. It is the acronym of 5 important elements of the, I have named it RTP presentation. 5 years we took when I was in Central University of Himachal Pradesh as head and dean over there. So we worked on the team over there. Team was from physics, team was from chemistry, team was from education, team was from, and various now professors were involved in that. Where almost 22 research scholars were involved in that, and 62 MBA students were involved in that to develop this CRISP model. 2 papers have been presented, and today HNV Garhwal, Central University of Himachal Pradesh, UJ, Central University of Jharkhand, CSI, very oriented subjects, and NIT Hamirpur, they have voluntarily agreed to work upon this model, and they are presenting their thesis, research, and project on this model. So let me tell you, even Central University of Tamil Nadu, and I have asked this model. So this model is now preferring for the research students, research scholars, and MBA students and MCA students to present their research projects. Very simple model it is, and with 5 acronyms. You can remember by the name itself. CRISP means short. So C of CRISP stands for concrete issues. That is A. Then R is for research methodology. That is B. Then I, insight generation. That is C. S for summary of your research. That is D. And P, that is publications. How many publications you have. So this is the P is for publication. How many publications you have? So this CRISP explains the whole scenario of your research project or thesis. What are the concrete? Now it is assumed that you have already completed your research work. You have completed your research paper. You have completed your thesis. You have completed your presentation of a project. You have completed your MC or MBA project, and you are going to present this in pre-submission or final viva or final summer training in front of the experts. So assuming that you have completed all your research work, you have written all your thesis work, and then you want to present it. So this is the presentation style. And when I will finish it, you will say this is not only presentation style, but it is a gist of the research. This is a ready reckoner of the research. But I again say this, you can claim anything, but this is the presentation model for the research presentation. It is a model for how to present your RTP, research, thesis, and project presentation model. So CRISP, let's begin with concrete issues, that is A. I gain soul. I gain soul. Each abbreviation gives the concrete issues. I is for introduction, G is for gaps, A is for additional input, I is for importance, and N is for need. And soul is scope, objectives, uniqueness, and limitations. Any research, any thesis, any project go through this scanners. Be it any project, you have to give your introduction, which you have already written. From there, you have to pick and write in this column. Then gaps. Without gaps, you cannot complete your research. As explained by Durgesh sir, read, write, and think. You have to tell about your gaps. Then comes additional input. What is the additional effort you have put, which others have not kept here? So what are the additional inputs? I will discuss again. Then importance of this research, what you have done. Why you have done this project. What is the need behind doing this project? You have already written, you have to pick and write over here so that any layman can understand the scenario of your presentation of your research work and will be interested to know the things when they are laid in these platforms or in these topics. What is the scope? What is the objective? And uniqueness. Why this research or this project or this thesis is unique. If you are not talking about uniqueness, then your worth is bitter low. Then limitations. Introduction. Everybody knows what is introduction. In context of author, should say, talk about his work's inception, why it is taken up, and purpose behind it, and how it is relevant. That comes under introduction. Gaps. A research gap is a missing element in existing research literature, and you have to fill with your research approach to make your manuscript publishable. That's all. It indicates a finding from research which key question has not been answered. That is gap. It correlates the need of the research in extension to elaboration. And researcher finds this gap and work on it until this fulfill the need and objective of your research. This is gap, G. Then additional input. Additional input, I have again given the motto. What is the motto? Motto means model, if any. Model means how. PGI. Everybody knows Sanjay Gandhi PGI. PGI is a common word. So this additional input consists of motto and motto model. What model you have used? Model PGI. PGI means whether you have persuaded any model, whether you have generated any model in your research, or whether you have improvised on given model. I am giving this model, you can download from it, and you can improvise on this model. That this can be more beneficiary if these additional inputs are put in this. if these additional input are put in this, then it will be much more impressive. So that is improvisation of any given model. So model PGI. Then opinions persuaded or defined. In your research, in your thesis, have you given any opinion? Have you persuaded any opinion, or have you defined any opinion? That is more. Then T, target audience. No research, no thesis cannot start without target audience. You have already written. You have just to pick that particular portion and keep it here. What is your target audience? So when this way your project is presented and this way your thesis is presented, then the person sitting across the lines, across the discipline, when is easy to understand. Any layman can understand, any IAS, any bureaucrat, any industrialist can understand what is the idea behind your thesis, behind your research. So target audience. Then technological usage. Then optimization. Technological usage, many technologists are sitting here, they will explain you much better. And then optimization. Like we are talking any optimization, search engine optimization, or any technological optimization, or optimization of your own research. So this is additional input. What is the motto of it? What is the PGI? So additional input of your research, which has been already written, you have to present here accordingly. Then comes importance. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
So importance. Importance of research should be in the context of CAGs. My friend, let me tell you, this word is becoming very popular and it is a nomenclature now. It's a very common nature and you can use anywhere because it is published in book. So you can use taking my name if you want. That CAGs. That is corporate, academia, government, and society. What is importance of your research should be in context of CAGs. Whether your research thesis project is contributing to corporate or academia or government or society or all or any of these two or any of these four, if it is not doing so, let me tell you, then your research or thesis or project is worth for nothing. If it is not contributing to corporate, it is not contributing to academia, it is not contributing to the government or even a society, then what for you have researched for those 5 years, 3 years or whatsoever. So your research should contribute any of these parameters, at least one. So it is the importance of your research, whom you are going to be beneficiary, whom this research or thesis will be beneficiary for whom you have efforted so long. So this has to be presented in a clear-cut manner. So importance. Then need. A motivating force to compel the researcher to choose this topic. In this, researcher can write why he felt to do this research. So it's very common. The people have written already. Without need, research cannot. Then scope. Now, scope is what? A boundary in which the researcher has worked. So saying that you put a dot and put a circle around it. And within that, you start your research. So that defines your scope. So declaration of the researcher on which he has to define the periphery of the research. Because if you will not define that particular circle, the boundary, then you cannot do the effective research work. And effective research work is equally important, because if you will not draw a circumference, a boundary, then your research will get haywire. So you have to define your scope. And the scope is not defining a boundary which you cannot do. It is not that what you cannot do. You cannot do is your limitation. Scope is that within this boundary, what you want to do. That is a scope. In which boundary you have actually worked. That is a scope. So any thesis begins there and you have to put it here. So you have just to write over this scope. Then objectives. Objective is a key area of the research. Research begins from the objective. After the need, objective is defined. And that objective you have to write here. It is a specific result that a person or a system aims to achieve within a time frame and with the available resources. Point-wise declaration by the researcher on which he has to put a framework of the research. You have to write your canvas. You have to declare the canvas where you want to paint your research. And that you have already, you have to pick and write over here. Then uniqueness. This is the best favorite question I ask in any thesis viva or any project presentation as an expert. What is uniqueness of your research? कहते हैं कि भैया हम केला और दूध खाने से सेहत बढ़ती है, तो केला और दूध खाने से सेहत बढ़ती है, रिसर्चर बाय अमेरिकन एजेंसी इन कैलिफोर्निया. नाउ हमने कह दिया केला खाने से सेहत बढ़ती है इन इंडिया, झारखंड, रांची. हमारी यूनिक हो गई जी, आज तक रांची में इस पे कोई रिसर्च नहीं हुई. दिस इज नॉट यूनिकनेस. आप एरिया बदल दीजिए, आप जगह का नाम बदल दीजिए और फिर सारा काम कर लीजिए और कहिए कि आपकी रिसर्च यूनिक है क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ ऐसी कोई रिसर्च नहीं हुई. दिस इज नॉट यूनिकनेस. यू कैन हैव द आइडिया, बट व्हाट इज योर कंट्रीब्यूशन इन दैट रिसर्च? केला और दूध खाने से सेहत बढ़ती है, इसी पे रिसर्च कीजिए. आप रांची में कीजिए, झारखंड में कीजिए, 100 लोगों की बजाय 1000 लोगों पे कीजिए, लेकिन उन्होंने ये पाया था, आपने नया क्या पाया? दैट इज यूनिकनेस. What you again got it apart from what has been researched in America, that is uniqueness, and you have to define it. And you, as I said, you have to just present over here that what is uniqueness in your research thesis or project. So just by changing name or place or doesn't mean uniqueness. Yes, it is true, nobody must have done this research in that particular area and at that particular place with those sample sizes. But that doesn't mean the research is unique. Research which has been done is done. So what is newness in your research? That has to be presented over here. So beauty of the research which has not been covered by any researcher till date, that you have to, and that comes from the literature survey. Then in this research has to say about the ultimate part of feature of the research which has not been carried till date. You are the leader, like these green and red is showing that you are the best and your research is the unique research. So uniqueness. Then limitation. Obviously, you are bounded by certain boundaries with certain circumstances. So you can write over there what you actually face, the pains, the problems actually occur. Like this time, any research must be going due to pandemic. We could not do this thing due to pandemic. We could not, and it's true also. So no worry. In limitation, you can note down these limitations, and you have to present these limitations in this under this category. Then research methodology. Now this is again a key area where the whole research depends. The thesis depends. The projects depend. Research methodology. So number one is research framework, then research design, hypothesis framing, if you have created any, then sample design, then sampling frame, then sample area, then sample size, then data collection and validation methods, statistical tools and technique, then research ethics. Now let me tell you research ethics and values. As I in the beginning said that from Professors Pant, Professor Pant from chemistry, Professor Dr. Shastri from physics, from education, they all professors, doctors, my research scholars, the MBA student, they have contributed in this CRISP model. This is research ethics and values. If you are not acknowledging any person And even in the sciences now, it is very tough. If you are taking the frog for a sample test or a rabbit for the sample test, it is a research ethic that you have to acknowledge it. If you are not acknowledging, you are not following research ethics. So we try to be extra smart कि साहब ये काम मैंने किया. अरे आपने किया, लेकिन कहीं से देखा, उसको समझा, उसका नाम बताना बहुत जरूरी है. If suppose अगर मैं नहीं बताता, nobody can say anything to me. It's my baby. It's now grown up. It is published in 2 papers. But yet I say, because it's a cardinal ethics. And एक कहते हैं ना, बलदेव भाई शर्मा सर ने सही कहा, पहले इंसान तो बनो, मनुष्य बनिए. और मनुष्यता की सबसे बड़ी परिधि क्या है? धन्यवाद कहना. अगर आप अपने काम को किसी के जरिए किए हैं और उसको धन्यवाद भी नहीं कह सकते, उसका नाम भी नहीं ले सकते, तो आपने क्या रिसर्च की? तो रिसर्च एथिक्स उसी का एक पहलू है. और उसके डायमेंशन डिसिप्लिन अकॉर्डिंग बदल जाते हैं. साइंसेस में अलग हो जाएगा, बायो इन्फॉर्मेटिक्स में अलग हो जाएगा, मैथमेटिक्स में अलग हो जाएगा, मैनेजमेंट में अलग हो जाएगा. तो हर रिसर्च एथिक्स हर डिसिप्लिन के अकॉर्डिंग लिखी जाती है. You have to just write and then acknowledge separately. In your research, thesis, project, you acknowledge, even if you have taken the sample size, acknowledge the respondents of those. So acknowledgement is really very important. So this is the portion of research methodology. And other required relevant design tools. Now insight generation. Now insight generation, that is CR I have explained. Of CRISP, CR has been explained. Now I. Insight generation, clear or deep perception of a situation, which you have done in your research. What gave you enlightenment, or for what it will be beneficiary, or what it will be important of? All these comes under insight generation. Clear and deep perception of situation, a feeling of understanding, the clear understanding of complex situation, grasping the inner nature of the things which you think. So how can you do it? You can put achieved and not achieved or yet to achieve. So while writing your research, you must done. Suppose successful what? The either objectives are successful or need more deliberations. Then gaps covered, not covered, partially covered, yet to be covered. Those are insight. I am knowing what I have done. Then need satisfied, not satisfied. Objective achieved, not achieved, or partial achieved, or among 5, 2 achieved, 3 are not achieved. It is future scope of research. You have to write in this particular portion. Then hypothesis accepted or rejected. How many were accepted? Suppose 10 hypotheses I took. The 10 accepted how much? Rejected how much? Null how much? All those sort of hypotheses, if there are, you have to indicate over here in this. Then future insight. Future insight is future scope of study. Then development of new ideas. This was actually insight generation. So what is the future scope of study? What is development of, because any research cannot be complete in its own. You have to define that I have done due to limitations. These are still the areas where it can be more work. As I said, this is my CRISP model. Anybody can say, sir, this component is missing, or this component is wrong, or this component, if added, will give the benefit. Most welcome. You can take this model, implement in your institution, and you can say that I will not be using hypothesis. Agreed. It depends on the discipline to discipline. So future scope of study has to be there, and development of new ideas will come from there only. ज्ञान की गंगा है, बहेगी तभी बढ़ेगी. उसे अगर रोक देंगे तो तालाब की तरह बदबू करने लग जाए. तो ज्ञान की गंगा को जितना आप बढ़ाइए उतना अच्छा है। आजकल सारी थीसिस शोध गंगा वगैरह पे अपलोड हो रही, सो यू कैन नॉट बी ट्रिकी टुडे। प्लेजरिज्म टेस्ट होते हैं, और अब टर्निटिन से और कुंड से भी उतना बढ़िया रिजल्ट नहीं आता जितना टर्निटिन से आता, और आपके रिव्यूअर्स टर्निटिन पे रिव्यू कर रहे हैं। तो यू हैव टू गिव दैट यस दिस इज माय लिमिटेशन, दिस इज द फ्यूचर स्कोप ऑफ द रिसर्च, and this, if done like this, it will develop a new idea. So you have to present over here. Then summary. Now CRI, now S. Now S. Summary means finding, gist, suggestions, recommendations, conclusions, and appendices, whatever you have done. So these are the explanation about the summary. What are your findings of your research thesis project? RTP commonly told. So what is your gist? Gist means point wise. Findings you can have in paragraph wise. That these many responders, the 70% have been accepted and 30% has not been accepted. Gist, one, that 30% are not interested. Then suggestion, how they will be interested. Then recommendations and conclusions. Recommendations and conclusions. Suggestion, recommendation, conclusion should be separately written so that it is easily understandable, and just will give the research thesis and present at a one go. That is called summary. Any layman could understand that these are the points which is beneficiary for the cats. Then appendices, actually what tools you use or questionnaire or whatsoever. Whatever you form, you did. Then publications. Researchers publication, if you have contributed any research paper, you have contributed any chapter in books, you have published any books, you have got any articles or researcher manuscript or unpublished work, whatsoever, it comes under this publication. So this is your CRISP model, CRISP. And that is why, thanks for patience hearing. And I hope this is the template which has been used and which is now readily acceptable for many central universities, many NITs, they are accepting it. And if you feel comfortable, you can also use, I can readily give it to, and you can implement in your institution, saying that now all presentations will be based on CRISP model, so that cross-line understanding, cross-line disciplinary understanding may be very good. A person from chemistry is presenting in front of the person of management, he will know nothing. But when presented in this manner, at least he will have idea where the actual research is about, whether it is beneficiary or at least he will be interested to sit and listen accordingly. And vice versa also. If a person of management is presenting in front of the person who are from science, hardcore science, mathematician, chemistry, at least they could understand, yes, this is the thing they are actually talking about. Thank you. Over to you, Rohit, and thanks for inviting me, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Bhagwan Singh, for your excellent presentation. I think the young students and the researchers who have joined, they must be much benefited by getting a very standard and very formalized model, that CRISP model, which have been developed by the efforts of several professors, research scholars, and the students of the Central University, Himachal Pradesh, and very nice presentation. And definitely for the young researcher and the PhD pursuing candidates, that for the postgraduate students who are submitting the master thesis and all these things, that the very standardized formats are there. And as Bhagwan has already told, there is a slightly different from, depends from the different thing. But he has already told the classification that always there is a social research, that the scientific research, rather in the modern context we classify the industrial research and the media research that I have told. So might be different, because in so a computer researcher, but in practice there is slight variant, because but for the postgraduate student, for the research scholar, this is the best model, there is no doubt. But suppose somebody in computer science is doing a research for getting development of a new software. At that time, these parameters, there will be deviation in the parameters. That is always there. But whatever it may be, this is an excellent presentation. And definitely the purpose of the webinar, what it has been organized, because the trends of the research methodology, that will be definitely fulfilled, and the new aspirants and the students and the delegates who have participated, that will they will be much benefited from this presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And one thing more I would like to say, that this model has been in 2017 presented in Rashtrapati Bhavan also, and has been very much appreciated from Central University of
No,
Himachal.
definitely. It's an excellent model
And
that has
almost
developed.
all, I would request Dr.
when-
Vinay sir and Dr. Durgesh sir and Dr. Sunil, all they can implement this model very nicely in their institutions.
No, very simplest way it has been developed by keeping and the core modules are there, clips that CR research methodology, insights, and this summary and publication. That's very easy to understand. Also, thank you very much. That's very useful. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Next, I will be having the another speaker who is the Director of the Information Technology and the undergraduate program of the great institution, a very large group of institutions, Institute of Technology and Science, having the multiple number of institutions under their banner. He is Dr. Sunil Kumar Pandey, and who happens, I already told, and I always treat him as my academic son, and definitely I am proud of for the growth of all these people who have been here. And really what has been told, a parent, a father feel himself successful when he see the children are greater and better than him. A teacher is justified as a true teacher when he see his students and greater and better than him. जब इनका छात्र इससे ज्यादा यशस्वी हो जाए, ज्यादा नेम एंड फेम हो जाए, वो शिक्षक का सार्थकता है. शिक्षक का सार्थकता यहाँ भी है जिस दिन वो अपने छात्र से पराजित हो जाता है. So I am very proud to inviting Sunil Kumar Pandey, and apart from the honorable director of such a big group of institutions, he had been also our regional state student coordinator of the Computer Society of India. He had been the state student coordinator of Computer Society of India, and he had been a member of the publication committee of the most popular magazine of the Computer Society of India, CSI Communication, and a person who have got many number of awards into his credit, and a very good personality for interfacing the industry and academia, and by virtue of that, he is having many of the industrial awards into his credit. And may I request, and I advise Dr. Sunil Pandey, please deliver your speech and make your presentation.
Pranam, sir.
Because I took the mic because Rohit did not have your introduction. That is why I took the mic, and I thought that I must have introduced my son. So that is a great thing. Thank you.
Sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sadar Pranam, sir. Respected dignitaries who are present in this wonderful session on a very relevant theme, which is in fact concern for everyone, especially those who are in academia and involved in continuous research. This is very important, very pertinent. It was really enlightening to listen the great visionary like Baldeo Sharma sir, of course, my guide, mentor, whatever I can, I use the word will remain less for the kind of feelings, the kind of attachment we have with Professor Nayak sir. Dr. Bhagwan Singh ji, a very good friend of mine and always been there whenever we need him. Respected dignitaries and all the participants, the faculty members and everyone who is present here. In fact, the theme of this webinar is very relevant, and as a faculty, as a teacher, and everyone whomsoever is involved into academics, so whether it is directly or non or indirectly, it is very important to understand what actually is happening currently, especially during this 1.5 years when this pandemic COVID-19 has impacted almost everyone, whether it is directly or indirectly. All of us are sufferers in some or other way. And this has changed the way we used to think 1.5 years back. Even people have started thinking differently about their lives too, about their relations, the kind of approach that we used to follow before almost 1.5 years back, that everything has been changed like anything. And any activity, whether it is academics, whether it is businesses or whatever we see, are, of course, the brain behind bringing all these stuff, the research, cannot go impacted without all of these things. In fact, the technological advancements had made it easier than ever for organizations, for people like us who are in academia, to access large amount of data. However, with this information overload, some of becomes the challenges of managing, analyzing, reporting on the data, which are the basic function of research. Organizations are increasingly relying on professional researchers and research analysis to turn these large amount of data into information they can use to make strategic decisions. Now, people do not, especially the high-level management, the people, those who are responsible positions, they are responsible for strategic decisions, which are mostly long-term decisions, which are futuristic in nature, giving more insightful dimension to the futurology, which sometimes about 70, 75 years back, one of the renowned researcher has used this word. So if someone wants to study about future, what is going to be there in future after some time, then how to represent that. And there have been lots of discussion about all these things. But regardless of a specific role of training, professional researchers need to understand the emerging trends and new techniques in this field to find the relevant result, to keep their researches relevant. Not only this, but now we don't have those long queue of activities which needs to be performed in sequential manner, where every activity goes in a sequence. Now people have started working on the model of agile now. And these things are bringing the fundamental change, the way the processes used to be conducted a few years back. I was going through a research report. In fact, I often quote this, that during World Economic Forum, a meeting which held before this pandemic in Doha, this World Economic Forum, of course, lots of discussion on different things, on different aspects they do, which is related to the businesses, which is related to how businesses are doing, what kind of technology is expected to come, what kind of resource we would be requiring in time to come. So all those futuristic discussions, they take place. So during that meeting, there was a specific session where CEOs of leading global companies, Fortune 500 companies, were sitting together and discussing. And that discussion was minuted, and then subsequently it was presented by one of the renowned research agency, which is globally renowned. And they came up with different aspects that how things are changing. And this was wonderful research, and it is eye-opening, and it is very relevant for all of us, especially those who are in technology domain, those who are in business, those who are looking after businesses or looking for their career in business. So because these kind of researches always give a direction in what way the organizations are moving, what kind of research is going on, and to take up these researches forward. Because research is something, जब हम लोग रिसर्च की बात करते हैं तो हमेशा हम ये देखते हैं कि रिसर्च या स्पेशली जिसको हम शोध कहते हैं, कंटिन्यूअस प्रोसेस है. This is a continuous process. Today something we search, tomorrow if we analyze it, if we try to find out the other dimension of the same research which is being done today, we may have different perspective altogether. So it's a continuous process which keep continuing, and because of that only we all know Newton's 3 laws, and even those established laws have been challenged. One of the Indian scientists, who is Mr. Banerjee, Kolkata based, he challenged the Newton first law because based on his own study, his own observations, his own perspective. Likewise, one Indian researcher who is based in Shimla, he challenged Newton's third law. Means everything, whatever we have today, not necessarily that is going to remain same as time progresses. So this research is something which is a continuous process and goes on, giving different perspective, different dimensions. And for those dimensions, I would like to just share, Rohitji, if you could allow me to just share a few slides. Is it visible, sir? Rohit, can you confirm me that my screen is visible? Ka? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible.
Okay. So there are lots of researches going on, but this wonderful saying by Alvin Toffler, because of these factors only, because the way things are changing, the core of any research is data. We need certain kind of information, some data, and then we do some processing depending on our requirement, the processes we have, the context we have, the reference we have, and combining all together, we try to come up with certain observations which we can represent, which we can use in solving some business problem or some research issues. So you nicely said that illiterate of 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. And that's what actually the beauty of research is. Today we are doing something. We are applying certain methods, certain technology we are using, certain process we are following. Tomorrow, the new technology comes. Because the biggest challenge, if you see, this is how the volume of data is changing. Now, if we just in 15 years, if you see that in 2010, the data volume was across the globe was 2 gigabyte. And now within these 15 years, we have reached to how many times? That increase has reached up to 175 gigabyte. This is projection. We are still in 2021, and only God knows whether this projection is going to remain at 175 gigabyte or it is going to increase even many times more than this. Now, if volume of data is changing so fast, why it is happening? Professor Durgesh has nicely mentioned, and when he was talking about the technological advancements, the kind of advancements taking place in data. But the core of as Dr. Bhagwan Singh ji has also mentioned, the data. Data is something which is core of any research. To conclude something, to get to observe something, we need certain kind of data based on which we produce, we analyze it, we process it, we come up with certain information, and then that information is used to process further or to interpret how it is satisfying to our hypothesis, in what way it is getting deviated, and then subsequently we come up with certain interpretation and certain results. But the way this data is growing, now the biggest challenge is becoming for the researchers to, from number one, 15 years, 20 years back, those who used to indulge in research, the biggest challenge was to get data, because data scarcity was there. Now today in present context, we are flooded with data. Now, if we are flooded with data, it is very important to understand, and the biggest challenge before all researchers is coming, that where, number one, from where get this data, and if at all we are able to get it, where to store, and then whether do we have appropriate application, appropriate platform, appropriate softwares to store the way we want, to represent the way we want, to process the way we want, to analyze it based on our own lay down principles, and then coming up with observations which are accurate up to the maximum extent possible. And now this data is coming 20 years back, 15 years back, when we used to get data. Data was normally represented in the form of a table, where structured data mostly we used to have. Now we all know, with the advent of social media platforms, Facebook, I don't think any of us who is connected in this session will not be on Facebook. And if somebody says, probably even if it is correct, most of the people are not going to believe, whether it is Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or Instagram or Pinterest or whatever platform, social media platforms, we are present in some or other platforms. Many of us are on many platforms, and we are very active too. Now, the social media platforms, when we use these platforms, like if somebody makes a post on Facebook, we comment it. We don't follow any structure, any norm in that. We express the way we want. We write what we want. Now, extracting something from that, because trust me, this current now, this latest resource, these researches witness it, that the amount of data and the kind of information available on social media platforms, by extracting, by analyzing, interpreting, and researching that data, we can have the entire personality of an individual before us, which can be mapped nicely. And this is what we have seen in US elections, of course, at many other places too, that these social media platform data collected by these social media platforms was used to influence not the individual, but their thought process. Now, this is the kind of, means now from structured data, which we use to represent in the form of table, we are flooded with the important, crucial information, which is not structured. Either it is semi-structured or it is at all not structured the way we make our comments on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. We don't follow any, but still that data is very crucial and needs to be stored somewhere, get it stored, get it processed, cleaned, analyze, interpret, and then present in a form which can be useful for the management. And this is what is going on. And the business requirement of today is this. Are we ready for that? And to utilize, to make a research effective, to make a research which is relevant, it is very important that it comes, that research, the outcome of that research, it comes out from the libraries to the ground, I mean from lab to the ground. Until unless that research relates to some specific real-time problem, probably today, people are not ready to accept those results. Even if you go for filing a patent, it asks which issue of society or country or individual, in what way it is going to affect them. So almost every research now expects that in some or other way, our endeavor should be to address any of the social or national issues, or the issue which affects or which contributes in betterment, in upliftment, in improving the lifestyle or health or social or whatever. In some or other way, it should be like that. Now, if that is the criteria, we cannot rely, we cannot just, I'm not, rely in fact will not be the appropriate word, but to make it more useful, more meaningful, we need most of the data available to us. And then if the data is the requirement, then by simple conventional methods, we cannot go ahead, we cannot come up with any specific result which can contribute towards the objective. So technological advancements have made things very important. I was going through one of the research paper which talks about trends in predictive analytics market size and share. And it says that by 2020, this predictive analytics market size is going to increase and reach up to $11 billion. And this predictive analytics market by software solution, this which includes data mining and management, decision support system, fraud and security intelligence, which Professor Durgesh was referring to, financial intelligence, customer intelligence, which Dr. Bhagwan Singh ji also mentioned in his talk. For customer and channel, sales and marketing, finance and risk, and other applications, this global perspective company analysis and forecast 2016-2022 says that by 2022, this entire predictive analytics market size is going to reach, going to touch about $11 billion. Now, this is what, according to this report, the global predictive analytics market, which was valued at approximately $3.49 billion in 2016. Now, if it is expected to reach at $11 billion in just 6 years, now we can imagine in what direction the researches are going on, and why it is happening, why this growth is expected, because the way technology has started supporting the research works, now most of the organization, irrespective of verticals. Now, the same report, same discussion which I was referring to, that World Economic Forum, they identified, the people were talking about that if the things go on the similar way, how it is going to impact the businesses. What kind of things are going to dominate the industry? And they came up with 4 different perspectives. The one, what they said, that now physical networks are diminishing. because of increased volume of data, it is almost impossible to store something on a single device. So we need devices which are connected in nature. We went for SAN, a storage area network. Then people started finding that it is also very difficult. Then now we have cloud. Now this cloud environment is providing an abstracted, transparent mechanism to extend the accessibility of different aspects, whether it is platform, whether it is information, whether it is data, whatever we want. So this cloud is something which is going to dominate very, very importantly. Second, what they said, that the way this data is increasing, which the screen you are looking at, by 2025, if it is expected that data is going to, the volume of data is going to be 175 zettabyte. Now we are in 2021 and almost we are approaching this size. So it is expected to be revised by this year end. Now what would be the projected volume in 2025? Only God knows. Now to store this voluminous data, why it is there? Because now this comprises of a structured, unstructured and semi-structured data. Now, if these things are combined together, the volume of data is expected to grow many folds. Now, if that is the case, then now databases will not serve the purpose. Even data warehouses will not serve the purpose, because databases and data warehouse, they have that limitation of storing structured data. So big data is coming, because big data is it provides you an opportunity to store structured, unstructured, and semi-structured data. Then what is next? Then third, the way this mobile connectivity is increasing. See, this is what the global device connectivity projection. Now, if we look at this data, we see that about 75 billion devices are expected to be connected by 2025. Whereas in 2015, it was almost around 15.5 billion. Now, in 10 years, if this device connectivity is increasing like this, can we afford not to develop application which would be available on these platforms? We can't. So this mobile connectivity, mobile device, the accessibility, the number one, the availability, number two, the availability, and both these two things are creating path for the accessibility. Now this affordability, availability, and accessibility of this internet on mobile devices are the prominent mode of communication. So everything, whatever we are looking at, has to have some kind of mechanism in the form of app or something, whatever we may consider, to target these devices to reach out to maximum population of the globe. So this mobile connectivity, and especially with this 5G coming up very fast, speaking of very fast now, it is Hello. So this is becoming one of the prominent thing. And the next was, the fourth thing was AI and machine learning. So the entire research towards, irrespective of, we are not talking about the technology, but these four things are going to dominate the entire research.
Okay, dear participants and guests, as I think that the network connection is lost from Pandey sir's side, so we must wait for Pandey sir to continue.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Your voice is audible now. Yes, sir.
Is there an instruction from Nayak sir? Because I saw a sir's missed call. I think We are running short of time, Rohit ji, if I'm not wrong. So I will conclude here. I will conclude just in a minute. So what I was saying, that the way this technology is coming up and the way businesses are looking at it, we cannot keep our researches in isolation. Because to us, it is it has that potential to make more productive, more three C's. I'm sure these are met. Ultimately, this will yield the result we what we expect. This is a half issues like I say, this discussion will take it forward, and it will be very helpful to everyone. Thank you so much, sir. In fact, बड़ा भार मानता हूँ, बहुत अपने आप को privilege.
Thank you very much, Sunil.
हमेशा आपका साथ मिलता है और कम जो थोड़ा बहुत
Thank you very
कम
much.
से कम शेयर कर पाते हैं प्लेटफॉर्म पे. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sunil, for your nice presentation. Actually, हमने नहीं किए थे मिस कॉल. हेलो. हाँ.
Actually, सर्कट पर नेटवर्क इशू है सर. Yes.
अच्छा. Thank you, सुनील. मैं नेटवर्क ठीक कर रहा हूँ, तब तक तो काम करो, आगे बढ़ो.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much, Sunil sir, and we will now proceed towards our next session, that is the next invited address. And our today's next speaker is Dr. Samiksha Shukla. Dr. Samiksha Shukla is Associate Professor and Head Data Science Department, Christ Dream to be University Pune Lavasa campus. Her research interests includes computations, security, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, and big data. She is a certified AWS educator. She has presented and published several research papers in reputed journals and conferences. She has 16 plus years of academic and research experience. She is serving as a reviewer for the Indus Science Journal Springer Nature, International Journal of System Assurance Engineering and Management, and IEEE. So with all these words, I'd like to welcome Dr. Samiksha Shukla ma'am for the invited address.
Thank you, sir. So good afternoon, everyone. So mine is, I hope, is the, yeah, I am nothing in front of all those who spoke already. So they are like very experienced and well-versed researchers. I would like to put in my experience here. First, I would like to thank Dr. A.K. Nayak sir for giving me the opportunity, Dr. D.K. Mishra sir. And in line to our previous speakers, Dr. Bhagwan, Dr. Sunil, and our chief guest, I will also be talking to you about research. Mine will not be more specific to a specific domain. I will be talking in general about research and what are the future trends in research. Whether my PPT is visible? Sir, my PPT is visible?
Yes, yes, Samikha.
Okay, thank you. So, I'll be talking about future trend in research. As it is already discussed with you all that what is research. Let me start with 5W plus 1H model of research. Whenever we do research, we usually think of what is research, why we are doing research, when to do research, where to do research, who will do research, and how to do research. So these are few questions which arises when we begin our research. So let me address all this 5W plus 1H question of research. As it is already told, what is research, and this is a Cambridge Dictionary or Wikipedia, you'll get lot of definition of research. Research is a detailed study of a focused subject. So this definition we all see, but what I feel research is, sir, someone is scrapping on the slide.
Yeah, just do one thing, ma'am. Sorry for that mishappening, ma'am. Ma'am, just do one thing. Yeah, there is one option. Please disable the annotation. Please go to the annotation, and there is one option. Please disable the annotation for others. Yeah.
I am not able to see the disable option.
Okay. Okay, you can continue. I will detect any problem if it will happen.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So what I feel research is making rigorous and relevant contribution to the knowledge, understanding cause and effect relationship of a given phenomena or uncovering the new phenomena, organized inquiry to provide information for the solution to a problem, a careful, systematic investigation in some field of knowledge undertaken to establish fact or principles. It could be scientific or scholarly inquiry or investigation and the proper communication of the findings. So this finding can be communicated through our magazine article, research paper, patents, or reports. It uses blend of assorted resources such as classical or modern theories, state-of-art technology, statistical technology, and engineering techniques to uncover previously unknown facts. Research is a process of searching the answer in the field of the study and the solution of just one particular problem. It is systematic, controlled, empirical, rigorous, and precise method which are used to obtain solution or discover and interpret new information for the problem which is identified. Why we do research? In academic and research circle, often it is basic requirement for better prospect or to develop an analytical frame of mind, increase the confidence of a teacher because we know in depth and current trend of the topic which we are going to take it to the class. Develops the ability to clearly articulate your ideas. It extends the periphery of human knowledge by an infinite amount. Yes. So why we do research? Mainly curiosity is behind the research. So we do basic research, we get something, we try to apply it so that it can be utilized by a different set of people. Then it may, based on that applied research, we can come up with a model or a product, and it will help for better quality life or customer satisfaction. So research starts from curiosity. When to do research? There is no time to do research, but in reality, with many of us, we need it for our academic or professional growth, or while doing research, while doing our PhD, we go for research, or sometimes we compete with our fellow peer in the same field, and we want to do research and we want to bring up something new and contribute to the society. At that time we do research. Where to do research? So there are various institute like academic institute or industry. We can do our research, but it is not necessary to have or to collaborate with research lab to do research. You can go for academia, you can go for industry, and whenever you need some industry some lab set up for your research findings, testing, that time you can go for lab support. And with the invention of cloud, nowadays all these facilities are one click away for us. Who do research? Those who enjoy learning new things, or they enjoy trying out new ideas. Or to do PhD, one need not to be smart, but they need to be dedicated. They need to give sufficient time and energy. You should be able to accept rejection and failure while doing research, and you should be open for new ideas. What it takes to do research? Curiosity is the first element that allows us to ask questions. Critical thinking, it allows us to challenge the assumptions. We should be always ready to learn. That is what Sunil sir was telling. We should learn, relearn, unlearn, so that we will get different flavor of the topic which we are learning. So what I personally feel is, any topic, if we read multiple times, every time we'll get one extra element which we might have missed while reading maybe first time, second time. Persistence, so that you will not give up. Respect data and truth. So ensure your research is solid. And communication. You should have very good communication skills to publish your work, to communicate, to connect with the people around. So when I talk about critical thinking, develop habit of asking questions, especially why questions. Always try to make sense of what you have read or heard. Don't let any question pass by. Get used to challenge everything. Practical advice over here is, question every claim made in the paper or a talk which you have heard. You can argue other way. Try to write, if you are reading a paper, try to write 2 reviews. One is why we should accept this paper. Other is why we should not accept, or why we should reject this paper. Force yourself to challenge one point in every talk that you attend and raise a question. Persistence. Work only on the topic which you are passionate about, you like. Work only on the hypothesis that you believe in. Don't draw negative conclusion prematurely and give up easily. Positive result may be hidden in the negative result. In many cases, negative result doesn't completely reject a hypothesis. Be comfortable with criticism about your work. Learn from negative reviews or rejected papers. Think of possibility of repositioning a work, which maybe you would have got some unsuccessful exploration. How it can inspire you to come up with a new interesting research idea. Respect data and truth. So as from the beginning we are listening, we have huge amount of data, and there is a proverb, data is new soil. So when we see that we have huge amount of data, we are using our data for our research purpose, we should respect data and the truth. Be honest with the experimental result. Don't throw negative result. Try to learn from the negative results. Don't twist the data to fit your hypothesis in. Instead, let the hypothesis choose data. Be objective in data analysis and interpretation. Don't mislead readers. Aim at understanding explanation instead of just a good result. I have got very good result, but it is not explainable. It is of no use. Be careful not to conclude the result so fast, whether it is bad or a bad result or a good result. You may be far away from the truth. So we have to be patient so that we can get the result, correct result on time. Communication. Yes, we need general communication skills, oral and written communication, formal, informal. Talk to people with different level of background. So when you are going for some societal research, then for that we should address different type of people. We should collect data from different contributor in the society. Be clear, concise, accurate, and adaptive. Whenever required, elaborate with the example, and whenever required, try to summarize with the abstraction. You should have proficiency in English, although all of us have different mother tongue. But while it comes to research, most of the time we'll be talking about English language as a mode of communication. Get used to connect to people from different fields so that we can have blend of interdisciplinary research. Yes. So when you are when you understand like why to do, how to do, what to do, comes what to do with the result which we have got. Publish it. When published, we should know why to publish, where to publish, and how to publish. Every result or research outcome cannot be published as a paper, or it cannot be published as a magazine article. So we should be able to differentiate between which article is to be published at which place. Whether my idea is patentable, publish as a patent, or publish or prepare a report or document it and contribute. This is the main topic of the talk, future trends in research. So when we talk about future trend in research, I had a discussion with one of our professor that I need to talk about future trend in research. And I have got this understanding while I had conversation with him. So I tried to put it across and discuss with you all. So first thing is research embedded learning. So when I say research embedded learning, it is nowadays many universities are trying to become world-class university. And one of the element of becoming world-class university is research embedded learning. So in research embedded learning, we develop students' critical thinking and inquiring skills. It has been observed that faculties have identified, it has been identified by the teachers that students are lacking in critical thinking, framing research questions, reflectivity, and creativity. So if we embed research from undergraduate level, we can develop these skills in students at very starting level. And if we develop these skills, the way topics are perceived, the way subjects are perceived will be different. Next is learning through research. So when I say learning through research, here we should understand that we should not teach student only to answer. We should teach student to how to question also. So learning through research says that research is an endeavor to discover fact by scientific study of a subject. Course of critical investigation is research. It enables students to get deeper understanding of the problem. So it is not about only you are reading a book and completing your topic and you are giving the exam. No. Now, if you would have observed, being a teacher, I am observing the set of student we are addressing in current generation is totally different from the student which you might have taught before 10 years. Now, students do research before coming to the classroom. And if we include element of learning research in our subject, it will give deeper understanding of the subject for those audience or the students. It is learner-centered learning. The problem should be objectively relevant and unsolved, so as to stimulate and search new knowledge. So we can give a problem to the student in which they will be curious to learn and explore. And most important thing in learning through research is it is self-guided. It involves emotional, social, and cognitive component. Next point, which would be future trend in research, is involving young people in research. It will benefit research and development. Like young people can identify the issue and question that professional research might miss. They can help to ensure research tool like questionnaire, conduction of a survey, and that the way it is worded by a researcher may not be easy to understand by individuals. So they can help us to word in a language that is clear and easy to understand by their peers. Young people can offer a different perspective on what question should be asked of responded. Young interviewers may be able to help put their peers at ease in interviews, making setting less formal. Young interviewees may open up to their peers depending on the topic and the skill of the young researcher. Researchers can develop an understanding of youth issue by working with young people and learn new skills for research. It can help researchers to stay mindful of young people's perspective on the research agenda and process. Next important aspect of involving young people in research is benefit to research dissemination and service development. More impactful nowadays it has been observed that if we involve young people, the presentation will be more impactful to the audience. Cultures of participation by bringing the gap between them and older adults. Accountability to young service users. So if we involve them, we are involving their ideas also, and they feel that we are listening to them. Another important factor of involving young people is benefit for themselves. Develop an understanding about the issue affecting them and the society. So young people will understand what is the societal issue. They will get an opportunity to contribute to community and services. They will get recognition. So if we involve our UG student from the beginning of their classes or their course, and they are contributing something, definitely they'll get recognition, maybe through paper publication, or they may get some certificate of appreciation from the research lab, and it will give overall development, skill development of the student. So overall skill development is nothing but what I was talking to in the beginning, that is critical thinking, maybe perseverance, or how to accept negative comment. So all those things will be developed in this young generation when we start involving them in our research. We should develop scientific temper in kids from the school days. So in order to develop scientific temper, we should bring across something like hands-on training. So when I see now school going children, they are also having some hands-on training, some experiment. Even if I talk about primary school students, they are also trained, or they are also asked to do some experiment like fireless cooking. So that is nothing but creating some kind of inquiry or eagerness or curiosity among child from the beginning. So if we develop scientific temper, yes, it could be one of the research trend. Data assisted research. So this is one of the trend which is already discussed with all my previous speakers, that for medical, maybe for engineering, management, online services, we are utilizing data at tremendous rate. All the prediction which we are getting in our online service, or maybe medical repurposing, these are data assisted research. Now, one more trend is in existence, that is AI assisted data collection and analysis. As you all know, data is generated as enormous rate, and if I say its growth, so it's growing at exponential rate. Collecting manually is impossible. So we have facility of AI assisted data collection and analysis, so that immediately you can get result on the data collected on real-time basis. Another trend which is very popular is robotics for medical, engineering, and life sciences. So you might have seen that robot is doing some surgery, surgical robots are there, maybe automated vehicles are there. You have robots which are used in life science laboratories also. So this is also another trend in research. Yes, one of the very important point when we talk about research, dissemination of research in different languages, so that multiple languages, so that different set of audience can understand what is going in research. So I have published something, let us say, what is importance of data science, or maybe what are the security challenges with social networking platform. If it is published in English, it is not addressing all the audience. If I can publish it in Hindi or any other language, it is going to have more reachability. So if a research is conducted and disseminated in multiple language, it is more useful. And the last point about research trend, which I felt along with discussion with my Director Center for Research, is community participation in testing and research. So whenever you come up with some new model, how community is involved. So for collection of sample, definitely you will be involving people. Most important thing over here will be informed data collection. So if I am doing some data collection, definitely I should inform the sample or the people from whom I am collecting data. So that's it from my side for what is research and what could be the future trend and what is going on in research. I would like to acknowledge our Dr. Father Joseph, Director Center for Research, for guiding me on future trend, because I think Nayak sir called me 2-3 days back and I was blank, what should I talk? So then I thought he is taking a lot of research classes. So he would be the right person to give me the idea. So I would like to thank him, and I would like to thank our beloved Dr. A.K. Nayak sir and Professor D.K. Mishra sir for giving me this wonderful opportunity to interact. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Samikya, for the wonderful presentation. Very essential, and that is very pertinent to the theme, that the future trends of the research. Thank you very much. Bahut acha. By the meantime, I must have to acknowledge our and also appreciate that the continuous presence of Father Joseph ji, because I could not make it mark beforehand. We are really grateful that he is with us in this webinar. And two other senior professionals like Dr. S.K. Tyagi, Dr. L. Roselin, and we are really, the IEBM, appreciate your great participation in this valuable webinar. And definitely, the webinar is very much flattered due to your gracious presence. And I also very much appreciating all the presenters who presented very excellent to the particular topic. And I can now tell Rohit, though it is late, but still then, since our all speakers are still connected, you seek some questions from the audience, and if they have any questions, at least 2-3 questions should be answered. Rohit.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Samikya ma'am. So now we will proceed towards our last session, last but not the least.
Rohit?
Yes, sir.
Rohit,
yes, sir.
2-3 questions you should take up from the audience.
Okay.
Because very fruitful delegates are there, very valuable delegates are present today. They might have some questions too. And all the speakers are present till now. That is the most beautiful thing. Thing.
Okay, so I request from the participants, if you want to ask any questions, you can just write it in the chat box, either in Zoom or either in the YouTube. Okay, so as of now, Max sir, I didn't found any questions from the audience side, sir.
No question from the audience?
No, sir. Sir, one question is there. No, sir. No any questions yet, sir.
Then you can proceed. There is no question.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so now we will proceed towards our last but not the least session, that is the vote of thanks. And for that, I would like to welcome Professor Ganesh Pandey, sir, who is a Deputy Director of Indian Institute of Business Management, Patna.
Thank you, Rohit. Honorable President of National Webinar, my guru, my mentor, Professor A.K. Nayak, Advisor IIBM Group, former President and Fellow CSI, and member Data Management Committee, ISO. Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Baldeo Bhai Sharma, Vice Chancellor, Kushabhau Thakre, Patrakarita Avam, Jansanchar Vishwavidyalaya, Raipur, Chhattisgarh. Honorable guest of honor, Professor Durgesh Kumar Mishra, Director, Aurobindo Institute of Technology, Indore, MP. Honorable keynote speaker, Professor Bhagwan Singh, Professor and Head and Dean, School of Management Science, Central University of Jharkhand, Ranchi. Honorable invited speaker, Professor Sunil Kumar Pandey, Director, IT and UG, Institute of Technology and Science, Ghaziabad, UP. Honorable invited speaker, Professor Samiksha Shukla, Head, Data Science Department, Christ University, Pune. The staff and faculty member of IIBM and dear participant of one-day national webinar. It is my privilege to express my sincere gratitude and present my vote of thanks for the Honorable President of the function, my Guru, Professor A.K. Naik, who has been instrumental for conducting near about 600 number of webinar under the banner of CSI and IIBM at different locations of the country. सर के बारे में तो सब लोग जानते ही हैं, इनके बारे में क्या कहना है। निगाहों में मंजिल थी, गिरे और गिरकर संभलते रहे, हवाओं ने बहुत कोशिश की मगर चिराग आंधियों में भी जलते रहे।
वाह वाह।
कोरोना आया गया, फिर दोबारा आया, फिर गया, लॉकडाउन हुआ, अनलॉक हुआ, लेकिन प्रोफेसर A.K. नायक पर कुछ उसका असर नहीं हुआ। बीमार भी पड़े, कोरोना भी हुआ, लेकिन बच्चों के साथ जो इनका लगाव था, यंग के साथ इनका जो लगाव था, ये लगातार चलते रहा। इनका कहना है, छोटे मन से कोई बड़ा नहीं होता, टूटे मन से कोई खड़ा नहीं होता। हमेशा बुलंद रहना है, हमेशा बड़े मन से काम करना है। तो इनके लिए हम एक चौपाई भी बोलते हैं हमेशा हर वेबिनार के वोट ऑफ थैंक्स में कि पवन तनय बल पवन समाना, बुद्धि विवेक विज्ञान निधाना, कवन सुकाज कठिन जग माही, जो नहीं होई तात तुम पाही। तो हमेशा सर का योगदान रहा हमारे यंग के लिए, हमारे स्टूडेंट के लिए, स्कॉलर के लिए, हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ मतलब नंबर ऑफ वेबिनार, नंबर ऑफ सेमिनार ही करते रहे, कहीं कोई तरह का वेबिनार नहीं आया। सर, on behalf of the IIBM Management Committee and the student community, we express our sincere thanks for delivering the presidential address on this occasion. On behalf of IIBM Management Committee, I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Professor Baldeo Bhai Sharma, Vice Chancellor Kushabhau Thakre, Patrakarita एवं जनसंचार विश्वविद्यालय रायपुर छत्तीसगढ़, who spared time from his busiest schedule to grace the occasion. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely be going to encourage us in our future events. Thank you for their gracious presence and addressing with their valuable words in this webinar. Thank you very much, sir. My special thanks goes to guest of honor, Professor Durgesh Kumar Mishra, Director, Aurobindo Institute of Technology, Indore, MP. Thank you very much, sir, for joining the event. Thank you for inspiring and encouraging us with your words in this special day. I would like to express our sincere thanks to keynote speaker, Professor Bhagwan Singh, Professor and Head and Dean, School of Management Science, Central University of Jharkhand, Ranchi, for delivering the keynote address. Thank you very much, sir, for joining the event. My expression of vote of thanks from the core of my heart to invited speaker, Professor Sunil Kumar Pandey, Director, IT, Institute of Technology and Science, Ghaziabad, and Professor Samiksha Shukla, Head, Data Science Department, Christ University, Pune. Thank you very much for joining the event and excellent addressing with their valuable words in this webinar. Thank you for inspiring and encouraging with us your words on this special day. I also express my sincere thanks to coordinator Professor Rohit Kumar for hosting the event. Last but not least, my sincere thanks goes to all participants of the webinar who made the event successful. Thank you all.
Thank you. You also. Somebody should give you thank you. Rohit, to concern Ganesh ko thanks do.
Yeah, bilkul. Thank you so much, Ganesh Pandey sir, for your nice vote of thanks. Thank you so
नहीं
much.
तो ये हो जाएगा जैसे लॉजिक में there is a paradox. The barber saves all the person who cannot save themselves. So he gives thanks to all the person who cannot take the thanks himself. That is the thing.
Yes, sir. Okay.
That's good. Very good. Very nice and very fruitful webinar. Thank you, everybody. But it is good that this time all the speakers are present in the last movement. That is a good thing. Very good. क्या दुर्गेश अच्छा रहा?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nayak sir.
Thank you.
धन्यवाद सर. फिर नेक्स्ट असाइनमेंट हम लोग
आज का वेबिनार में थ्रू आउट द कंट्री वेरी नोटेबल पर्सन्स हैव जॉइंड. Many person I could not acknowledge everybody, but there are many senior persons. Many persons are there today.
Okay, so with all the thank you so much.
Good information is given by Dr. Samiksha.
Thank you, sir.
So with all the permission
thank you
from the requested guests and participants, I like to sign up our today's meeting, and I also pray God to have a great success for this webinar. Thank you so much, all of you. Stay connected with us. Thank you so much, and we'll meet in the next webinar.